new path, assisting the traveling musicians.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the Natural One, where we roll the dice, we kill the creatures, we tell the stories, and I actually remember that is the intro I use whenever we go onto the show, because I haven't done that for like 2 months.
There we go.
So, we are going to jump into things today. Before we do, quick couple of announcements. First off, I want to go ahead and give a shout to our friends over at Brass Engine. They make a lot of really cool leatherworking stuff, such as notebook covers. They do cuffs, different pieces of jewelry, a lot of really cool nerd-themed stuff. They do Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, D&D, just a whole bunch of really neat stuff. So if you have an interest in that, check them out. They work at very good prices compared to other people, and they do custom orders, which is always fun. Secondly, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to our friend over at bcdesignden.com. Who they do custom t-shirts, socks, tumblers, I believe, wine coolers, a whole bunch of stuff in that area. So, and they work at way better prices than everywhere else, which I always say this, but DJ and I will attest to. We spent a long time shopping around online trying to find custom t-shirt orders.
Long time.
And she works at way better prices than everybody else. So, if you want to get a really cool t-shirt and you're in the area, give her an email, and I'm sure she'll work with you. And I believe our plan currently is that we are going to meet next week, and then depending on when certain people have drill, we'll take a week off in March.
I will not be here next week because
I know you won't be here next week.
And then the following week I won't be here because I have drill.
Okay, the following week, so the first week of March.
Yeah.
Okay, so that will be our off week for March then.
Okay.
But yes, I believe that is just about everything, unless anybody has anything else. All right, let's go ahead and roll.
A nearby town ruled by the Barton family.
You should go see that movie sometime.
We had to do better wording so we go back in. Welcome back. So, last time on Dragon Ball Z, you guys made your way back to the Lunar camp, where you managed to spend a little time speaking with Vulcan. You asked him quite a few questions, and he opened up to you about things that he had not necessarily lied about, things he hadn't been entirely forthcoming about. And you guys delved into some of the greater aspects of the Dreaming Dark, and then sat down and discussed what your plans were moving forward. As you guys have a lot of things to take care of, including but not limited to who burned down a bar, what you're going to do about the parasite in your friend's head, a certain monk who might be acquiring a lot of power in the Broken, for Grace, Lance's stolen body. I think that was more or less most of it. Full of other small things, but
We have a laundry list. That's all.
Just things that gotta be taken care of. So you guys are currently still located inside of the Lunar camp in the Wildwoods. And I will pull up that map in just a second if it wants to work with me. There we go. The Lunar camp, which is quite a ways away from Nyaluna, which is where you guys originally teleported to from the Krognak range. So at this point you guys would have rested, and you guys have gained the benefits of a long rest. You don't need to look at the calendar.
Too late. Now we know everything.
Now you know everything. It is currently the eve of the 5th of Undat. The blue moon is full in the sky. The red moon is recently not new. The violet moon is new. And the green moon is half full. I'm sorry, half new.
Read those moons off to me one more time.
Red moon, I forget, is waning or waxing? Waxing is the going away?
Yes. Waning is going away. Waxing is getting bigger.
Okay. I need to somehow learn that in my head. But the red moon is crescent waxing. Blue moon is full. Violet moon is new. And the green moon is half waning. Thank you. And on the 11th, which is still a ways away,
Yeah, short arms.
it is going to be the Day of Sorrow. which is a holiday I believe, Grendel, you would be familiar with, if I'm thinking of the right one. Yes. Oh, actually, no, I apologize. Talon, you would be familiar with this day, as you actually were witness to this day in one of your dream walks.
I just sat down and cried.
I would too.
The Day of Sorrow is a reminder of the loss and the life of land that were caused by Captain Wills during the War of Four. It is a day when many of the elves, and Furbolg especially, mourn the loss of life in the forest that was burned down due to the senseless war. Many people tend to express it as a day of appreciation for nature, and tend to plant trees or water plants that may have grown thirsty and not have been cared for quite as much. And it's considered very poor form to cut down any tree on that day. Typically, construction is brought to a halt. Any lumber that is required is gathered before that day. And that day. It's basically a huge appreciation of nature in all its forms.
Can you send me that over Discord? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Alright, so the day is yours. What would you guys like to do?
I believe last time we were here, you said we were level 8 now.
Did I say that? I don't think I said that.
Where the fuck were y'all at right there, man? Where was the help?
I'm not gonna lie. You actually had me for a second.
I got caught up on the fact that you're doing the same thing to him that we try to do to you on Fridays.
I haven't been here in 3 sessions, so I was going with the flow. I looked at him like, is this true? Is it
You
true?
sat there for a second, I'm like, I don't feel like I said that, but I might have.
Had more voices just trying.
We can retcon it.
We almost had it,
I'm
guys.
sorry.
God
sorry.
damn it.
Wow, I haven't taken notes in a very long time.
Hey, if you want to
haven't
start
been
fixing
here in a very
memory
long
creatures,
time.
You can do that, buddy.
Well, the last
Yeah,
thing
yeah, I
recorded
mean,
is 12:11.
That's coming in.
That might have actually been the last session we were at.
platter.
So we had the Christmas break.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, we did have quite a long break, because then we took a lot of January off as well.
Because I didn't play D&D for so... Oh no, we were here Christmas or New Year's Day.
New Year's Day we did. We
Yeah.
took most of January off, just due to Delta.
We don't talk about it. We don't
what
talk about
What
January.
number is this?
61.
61.
Oh, so I've really only missed 3. Or no, 2. Because the last one I recorded is 58.
There you go.
It's just, you're right, it's been a stretch.
Oh.
And we're in...
I need to roll for your thing.
Benari.
My thing.
Oh shit!
Her thing?
It's, yeah, roll your D100.
Yes.
I'm so upset you weren't here when we did the ducks. When the ducks finally showed up.
I was here in spirit.
No, you weren't, not for that.
No.
Oh fuck!
It's gone.
Can you grab me that D10?
It's gone into the shadow. Right?
Thank you.
Consigned to oblivion.
It will never come
I
back.
think it's funny that everybody can find their dice except me.
It's here. I know it's here.
It's in the box.
Gotta be.
It's exactly where it is. Where else could it be?
One of these days, we're just gonna have to tear apart this whole place and find it.
The only thing I can think of is that it like miraculously fell into the little like trough thing
Yeah, the
down
drain.
there, the drain that goes to the pump.
Man, we're gonna remove a piece of carpet and then there's gonna be like a void here.
There's just a perfect D20 hole.
It's
It's just sitting there.
to the astral realm.
27.
27. I believe nothing happens. on
Nothing
that 50.
happens.
So you guys see Sally just sitting outside one of the tents. A little bit disappointed.
We're in the wild woods, right?
Yep.
Trying to make duck
You guys are
noises.
actually in the Lunar camp at the moment.
Lunar camp kind
You're trying to make duck
Yeah, I'm
noise.
trying to like a duck call. I'm trying to.
And then you walk outside and you see no Quackton Rogers or Tony Quack.
Oh no.
Well, I'm be a little distraught. Can't believe it.
What day is it?
The 5th of Undat. UNDAT.
I did spell it right.
It is what I do.
I'm gonna look for Tamberlane.
Emily?
Mhm.
You are able to find her. She's you find her actually outside of outside of Vulcan's tent. Just kind of softly walking around. Go ahead and make an insight check for me.
Ooh. 19.
You could tell she's not exactly distressed, but there's just a little bit of fretting, given the stress, especially between Talon and Vulcan she's always been somebody that places a high value on family connections and about closeness, and it's just, is a little bit upset that things are tense right now. So she's kind of pacing back and forth a little bit, working over that.
Okay.
But not, not super distressed or panicked or anything.
I will walk up to her. Copper for your thoughts.
Afraid my thoughts are worth quite a bit more than that. It's good to see you, dear. How are you?
I've been better, and I will give her a hug.
He returns the hug. As you do. What's your passive insight or passive perception?
Passive perception, trash. 11.
Okay.
How's everything been here?
Things have been worrisome. It's been a long time since I've seen Vulcan as angry as he's been lately. Not without reason, understandably, but he's been worried about you. And when Autumn came back alone, I was afraid the worst might have happened. Luckily, she was able to at least confirm you were all still alive.
Well, that plays in a bigger part to your grandson.
I know Vulcan's proud of him, but it's very difficult for him to want Talon to grow, not want him to be exposed to danger.
I can only imagine that puts him in a very rough spot.
Honestly, I think a lot of it comes down to he fears that Talon is not as strong as he actually is. Whole mess at the wedding, dreaming dark. I think he's been more afraid that he might lose him.
Well, from personal experience, I will say that may be shocked at how strong Talon really is.
I believe it. Just as I believe he would be surprised at how strong you are. And Ghost. Even your friend from the Lost Lands. Although I imagine the Goliath is about as strong as she looks.
Well, she threw me up a wall, so yeah, she's pretty strong. She's
Threw you into a wall?
up a wall. You gave me a boost.
Oh.
I believe Talon mentioned she threw a dinosaur into a dinosaur.
She did. It was one of the greatest feats of raw strength I've ever seen.
A motherfucker with another motherfucker.
But tell me, how's your mind been?
Busy. I actually, I need your assistance.
However I can help.
I was given this device by the older woman that we helped, that Chloanne.
Yes, I think you mentioned she was the headmaster of a school.
She is. And
Headmistress.
it allows me to scry on people.
A kind gift.
Or one of torture.
Surprising how much those go hand in hand.
I was able to see Marcellus, but I cannot find him.
Where did you see him?
I look around. Is Vulcan anywhere? Like,
You do not see Vulcan anymore.
he looks to be in the dream.
I see. Well, that is
Yes,
certainly troubling.
a bit fucked up.
It's very fucked up.
And that was the second time I saw him. First time he was in chains in a dark area, rock area.
And there are many such places in the Dreaming Dark. It's not exactly known to be a destination vacation.
So, I guess what I'm asking is, would we have anybody that would be able to accurately pinpoint his location, at least within a mile's radius?
Well, amongst the Lunari, we don't have many trackers. Ironically, Marcellus is one of the better rangers I ever met. Although there was a man who came by not too long ago looking for you. Well, I say man. It was a tiefling, red fellow. Trying to think. I don't remember his name. But he mentioned he was somebody who shared your paladin's oath.
A friend. We belong to the same organization, if you will.
Right. Alright. But
You're fine.
if he was able to find us without too much trouble, I imagine he could help.
Yeah.
Although you may have to bring him with you. It's very difficult to track somebody on another plane from this one. You have a plan.
I have a goal.
That's the start of a plan.
That's the start of a plan. And I will speak with my friends and see what they think is.
If you're focused on how to get there, when Her Majesty did away with the Brawl ones, there were a number of treasures in their old house were left behind. One of these was rumored to be an amulet that could help you travel between the planes, although I confess it is not without its risks. But it is possible it has not been purged yet by the Paxtons.
Thank you for your guidance.
Of course. Please, dear. Really need to drink. Perfectionist.
And I will.
Yes.
I was wondering where I couldn't remember if I put it in here and here.
I will get right on that, especially while I'm here.
Of course.
Add that to this.
And that will be that for me.
All right. How about the rest of you?
Just be camping out
Yeah.
and off by myself a little bit.
Okay.
Are there like guards at entryways to the camp?
No, the Lunari, as they are now, are not much of a warrior group. Most of the people in the town are capable of fighting in some capacity. Yes, thank you. I knew it was a C word. I couldn't think of it. I was gonna say compassion, and I'm like, that's not the right word.
Fighting in compassion.
I will pump the shit out of you. Most people in town are capable of fighting in some capacity, but they don't have guards as such.
Okay. I am going to go sit by the edge closest to the direction that my friends would be coming from and wait for them.
Okay. Ghost.
What was I doing last time?
Eating
last time you were
ducks.
busy trying not to get the back of your skull cut open.
Yeah, we definitely weren't going to do that.
And your brain shattered at you a lot.
I bet it did. I probably just went out and went out of the forest and probably went to one of my usual haunts.
Okay.
Just to think.
Easy enough. Brindle.
He's probably just wandering. He doesn't know anyone here or anything, so he's looking out.
As you do, you're
seeing
greeted
how
a
it
few
is.
times. Are you responding, or are you just...
What'd you say?
As you head out, you are greeted by a few people.
I'll do like a little polite head nod, but I won't
Okay.
interact.
What time of day is it?
It is early morning.
Early morning. Lunari have like a training area, don't they? Like a training space?
Yeah, there's a small... It's not anything especially grand, but there's a small pit that can be used for sparring and training.
Then that's where Ronan will head to the training.
Okay. So as the sun begins to rise in the sky, or the camp begins to wake up, you will get moving about, either packing up supplies or preparing breakfast and starting for the day's journey. Eventually, you guys find Vulcan walking out of his tent, still dressed in his military garb.
Lunari have different weapons, right? Like different assortments of weapons. Not magical, just regular weapons.
Primarily, most of the Lunari are in some form a caster. Those that do have weapons are a different assortment, yes. Primarily blades, but quite a few staves and things of that nature, even a couple of them that have scimitars.
Any warhammers?
There are not any warhammers. Well, not. That would be more popular amongst dwarves.
Okay.
Orcs and larger beings. Possibly Sally's out there.
Of the ones that were like martially adept were the Night Warriors, which were the like elite of the elite, but most, if not all of them, died in the war.
Kind of the problem with being the best fighters is you do all the fighting.
Most of them?
Most of them.
Okay. Then after a good morning training, I will head to the, I guess, cafeteria?
It's more of just kind of an outdoor gathering. Yeah, the
Where we met Sally?
I'm sorry?
Where we met Scales.
Okay.
Where we were sitting at that table and eating. That's where I'll go.
Yeah. The Lunari themselves aren't big on huge structures, or most of them just kind of have tents that are essentially propped up, especially with the knowledge that they may have to leave quickly at some point. Not a good idea to build any huge towers or anything of that nature.
And I will just wait for my friends.
Okay. Is there anything anybody wants to do particularly before breakfast?
What's the weather like?
It's a little overcast, but it's still fairly bright. There's no rain or snow on the horizon, which is good.
It was a little brisk, but not bad.
It's fairly warm, actually. You guys are pretty deep into the summer months at this point.
I'm using my thing to make some water.
Okay. Now you guys see Grendel focusing the little small handheld item that he's kind of waving back and forth over a vial of water. See a very small, thin green mist emanates from it.
Okay. Have I seen Ghost or Scales yet?
You would see Scales.
And I will wave over to Scales and gesture at the big ass plate of food I got for her.
Why can't I? Oh, fuck. Okay. My brain just blanked. Okay. How... I'll wave you over to me.
Okay, then I will bring the plate of food to her.
I'm waiting for my friends. Knock and Akbar. Obviously, the rest of my friends are here.
I thought you were talking about Quack Rogers and the rest. Where are the ducks?
So the ducks will come, like the ducks come from their neighboring lake. So those ducks last night would have gone back to the lake that they came from.
Oh, so they go home.
Yes, so unless they happen to come visit me again while we're near where we were, we'll have different ducks every time.
Oh, so
you may never see them again.
Well, this sucks.
shit, that...
There will be other ducks.
All right.
Other ducks in the sea.
You can
Wait.
do the Duckstus League next.
Ducks to sleep.
Ducks to sleep next. Did Cognock and Agwar say how long they'd be?
No, they're not going to know that.
Oh, incidentally, complete side thing. I did some research on travel paces. Turns out that traveling at a fast pace, which does make it harder to see things specifically, is 30 miles a day. With your ridiculous bullshit, because it has no limits.
It just doubles it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which
You
is
guys actually can travel
absurd.
60 miles a day.
Yeah.
That's
It's fucked up. Now, granted, it's going to be harder for you to make sure you're going the right direction at that pace.
That's a lot on foot.
we need a ranger.
That's insane on foot. It's a lot for a horse to do 60 miles a day.
But we don't get like negative effects from it.
No?
One of my feats.
Well, fast travel does have a negative. It's a -5
Yeah, but we're
to
not
your-
doing fast travel. I just.
Oh no, if you just travel at a normal pace,
Yeah.
that is 24 miles a day, which doubled is 48.
But my feet makes it.
The 48. That's what you just
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just travel 48 miles a day.
Yeah. You
Okay.
can just move at a normal pace, or you can move stealth at 20 miles a day. Stealth is slow.
It should be 40.
No, that is doubled.
So it would normally be 10.
Yeah. Stealth moves way slower. Or maybe it's 12 normally. I don't remember. But you get the point.
Okay.
Yeah, point is, you guys, if you really want to fucking book it, you can move an insane number of miles per day. Like Ignatius, eat your heart out. And that's without going into exhaustion.
So are you like waiting with me for
Yep.
Bagnak Akbar? Okay.
I will wait with you. And on the at that same time, keeping a lookout for when Ghost appears.
Oh, are you stealthing?
No, I just went off by myself.
Okay.
Speaking of Ghost,
Something about finding out that you have essentially a living tumor inside your head.
You're malignant, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, it's malignant, that's for sure. But not in the malignant that you think it is.
No, like the thing in the back of my old girl's head.
No.
That's you right now.
Was it Malevolent? Was the one we
Was it
ended up in.
Malevolent or was it Malignant?
What we saw was
Malevolent.
Malignant, but then we found
Yeah,
one called
yeah.
Malevolent and went on a whole.
Trilogy.
Yeah, that was a horrible father movie.
Was that the one with the... No, Old was the one with...
Oh, God.
What's her name in the horrible makeup? Elena?
No, that was Malevolent.
What was Old? I thought that was Old, where they go to
Figure
the...
it out.
Okay, sorry.
yeah, I'll do the one where they're on the island. Anyway, Ghost. While you're out in the forest, just trying as hard as you can to clear your mind, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Double
Ruh-roh.
whammy. Oh God.
6.
You try really hard to focus on your thoughts. And the more you do this, the more other thoughts keep overlapping. The more you think about, should we do? We need to talk to our friends. Our friends who want to cut off heads. And you just get to the point where you get more and more frazzled. And the longer you spend trying to center yourself and clear your head, the worse it gets. End result, after about an hour, you start heading back towards the lunar camp, and you feel tired. Like you did sleep, but you feel as if you haven't. Ronan, you would witness Ghost walking back towards your guys' table. Probably about 30 minutes or so after you sat down. He just looks terrible.
Like that scene with Dean and Market King
Yeah,
staring in the
yeah,
mirror.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
gonna die, and this is what you're gonna become.
I prefer the Norman Osborn from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
When he was crawling to the fucking mirror.
Some sense you got there.
Everything they were gonna take from us.
I'll wave Ghost over and I'll have a piece of fish with some potatoes and some water for him. Are you okay, friend?
I'm just tired.
Okay. Did you think about what options best suit you?
Why does he care?
I mean,
Well, a very risky surgery, or we find some other way. I would
Two
guess
places that may have information that would help you would be either Sapphire Shores, which is quite a long ways away, the island, or possibly the Broken.
We had decided the Sapphire Shores was our priority because the Broken is fucky.
that's horrible.
For starters, they claim to have had the same lord since their founding, which was several hundred years ago.
The Broken or something?
The Broken.
Yeah.
I think we said it was like almost 1,000 years ago,
Yeah, almost
wasn't it?
1,000
That's where Kazi is.
Yeah.
Where he's
At least in that direction. He's north of the Krognak Range, is all you guys know.
Now, once again, whatever you want to do is what we'll do. I'm telling you, I'm against it. E-U-S.
It's worth noting when we talked about that, we discussed trying to find, wherever they are, someone more qualified. That could be Sapphire Shores, could be Broken, but
Also, the tower would likely have some information, but there's kind of a reason you guys can't
we
go
don't.
there.
Yeah, we
I don't
can't
think
go.
we want to go to the tower.
Not at all.
could.
No, we're good on that.
because Autumn was going to do it for you. But
Vulcan wasn't happy when he heard that news.
That I have a tumor in my head?
Well, specifically, it said tumors from the Dreaming Dark.
Yeah. That's...
So whatever you want to do is fine. We can head south and across to the Sapphire Shores. I can see if I can, as a last resort, call in a favor.
or you could let Autumn attempt it. But most of everyone, I think, was against it.
Yeah. Like Ronan was not on board with that at all, them cutting the base of your skull open.
What's the risk?
The risk is that it is an extremely experimental process, and there were even a few members, of the Lunari specifically dedicated to combating things of the Dreaming Dark, and they're kind of dead now. In fact, one of them touched Ronan in a weird way.
Mortality rate is very high.
Not just for you, but everyone working on you. So it could infect Autumn or...
Yeah, that's probably off the table then.
What the Lunari have learned about things like this, which Vulcan would easily share with you guys. Think of it, it's similar to like the Venom symbiote. It wants a host, and it wants to be kept alive. So, whatever you try to do to get rid of it, it will fight.
So it just comes down to whatever you want to do, go. That's to keep it, and you feel that it benefits you in some way, then I'll leave it alone. But if you feel you want it removed, don't feel like yourself or you're in control, then we will find a way.
He speaks of control, yet he went walking around at night with a bow and shot at us. You had Ilya in your head for like 2 years.
But the trout is good.
He hasn't touched it.
But it's good. You should keep your strength up.
Still full from the duck.
wasn't prepared for that.
He apologizes.
I forgive you.
You don't have to.
Have we seen Grindel yet?
He's a little warm.
Brenda, would you have gone to the breakfast table yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys see Brenda walking up. As inconspicuous as it is possible for Grendel to be.
Think on that goes.
I sent you a thing.
There is no immediate rush for that. Take your time. This is completely your decision. Until you try to kill one of us. Or two of us.
Or two of us.
Or two of us. One can be an accident, two, that's just, now you're just being a dick.
The ogres count, or the cyclopses count as us. Can't kill them.
That was a smooth way to slide that into the contract. That's actually pretty good.
Quid pro quo.
Like when you take a kid to a candy store and you're like, you can get one, and they pull up like a giant package and like, this counts as one.
Yep.
Grindel, have to go to the Lost Shores, or the Lost Islands, correct? What is the consequence for missing?
Giving instruction from.
Who did I make this deal with? What? Oh, that can't be right. Oh no.
Sorry, I'm waiting on my god to type.
Yeah, I got only type 75 words a minute.
I feel like that's a lot of words.
I don't actually have any clue what my type speed is.
I've never heard of it ever happening.
Yeah. That only with us. Only with us. That's great. So that is probably not good.
No. It's about as taboo as it gets. Allows for a body to go missing.
And
It's kind of the whole point of the Lost Islands.
Alan,
He's not there.
has anybody seen Alan this morning?
Have I?
Alan, are you hiding?
I'll Discord you because kind of yes, kind of no. You can explain it.
I was also informed that the Bronwyns might have very unique treasures in their estate. Try to get those. Be an opportunity for us to take a lot of frustration out on people.
Sure.
If that's something you're all interested in.
What kind of items?
Well, one of them is an amulet that allows us to travel between. So that might prove to be. But a powerful family like that could have a ton of research, items that could be purposeful in the future. Or we can start making our way back towards the Krognak range.
Didn't we come up with a plan for what we were going to do last time?
But
You remember who that
it
is, right?
hints on Ghost's decision.
Um,
Because if he wants to do that, then we'll travel through Krognak range, head to the Sapphire Shores, make our way to the Lost Islands, circle back. Get to the Sapphire Shores and it's some bullshit. We'll do what we do best, fight our way out. and then head north.
No.
Don't head north.
No, him.
Got it. Oh, okay. Alone, is that you?
Bad talent. No.
No, do not.
I.
It's time that we figure out who did what to Kelly's bar. That's a thread we.
Well, you sound like you want to go to the Browan's house. So we should do that first.
I'm not going to lie. I would like to take my.
Where's their house?
In Nyalona.
I don't know.
I assume we should get there before the Queen sends her people. Read it.
I'm gonna take a nap first. Like you want to.
Why doesn't he take a nap?
When he says I'm fine, I want to insight check that.
Go ahead. $12.
I'm fine.
All right, if you say so. Once we find Talon, or he appears, we'll make our talk to him and hopefully make our way over.
When he says that, I'm just gonna go, Talon! Talon!
Oh god, I got another message.
I like your effect of yelling. It makes sense.
When you like.
Either way, we'll have to wait until Tagnak and Akbar get here. Tagnak and Akbar, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Before we leave.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that sounds.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a stealth check. With advantage.
$34. I have now become the master of stealth.
22.
I know you guys see Talon.
Bet I can beat that.
I think you got the wrong animal there, sir.
Well, I'm sure you could, mister. Given enough time.
Guys, I milked this cow. That's a bull.
Oh, that's good. And I will just continuously look anxious, waiting for Talon.
All right. Up to you how long you stay.
You said it was early morning?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Quite a few more hours then.
Waiting at the table for a few hours.
Oh, I wouldn't wait a few hours.
Yeah, I would not have waited a few hours.
I'd give him 30 minutes.
Okay. Then 30 minutes come and go. Talon has not returned.
I'm gonna go look for Vulcan then.
Vulcan is easily found. He is currently walking around supervising a lot of the packing up.
Where are you going?
His quarters.
Okay.
I'm staying by the direction I think my friends would come from.
I'd go with Ghost.
Okay.
Do what I do best.
You guys walk into what is technically Vulcan's tent and go into the area where Talon was last night. There.
Tracks.
We'll get to that. Ronan, as you walk up to Vulcan, he's currently supervising the packing up of what weapons and armaments the Lunari have as they're being packed into a crate,
Okay.
loaded onto the back of a cart.
Never sitting down, I see.
Time for peace and time for action, and right now it's action time.
What weapon does he have on him?
What weapon would Vulcan have on?
I believe it was a warhammer.
Okay, so Vulcan shockingly does have a warhammer. Yeah, because Talon's father. That's right. I remember that now.
I will unhook the sheath with the moon blade.
Yeah.
It is a time for action. You'll be needing this back, and I present him the sheath with the moon blade.
He looks at it. I appreciate the offer, but the blade is not mine anymore. Besides, I have a feeling you'll be needing it far more than I will.
I would hope I wouldn't, but maybe right.
If half of what you told me last night is your standard day, then right so too.
When was the last time you spoke with the Broadwinds before they were...
Helen used to make regular trips up to their encampment prior to the wedding, prior to Zeke's and Lan's deaths. Personally, I haven't been up there for a couple years. Occasionally, we wrote letters to each other, kept in contact. They were good people.
Do you know if any of the scouts here have an idea of how many men they have up there now? The Grace. Or Grace.
Grace's men. No, not entirely. I know that there are a decent amount of people there. But how many of them actually are Her Grace's men or Paxton men, I'm not sure. Paxtons were never a particularly large family, but they were a bannermen, and as such did keep forces in case they were rallied.
Is there anything in there at their estate that could give the Paxtons or Her Grace the upper hand?
Brown's kept a few magical items, mostly for history. As such, most of them have more, say, historical significance than actual value. But there are a few items that are decently powerful. Sword of Color, I believe, is still there, as well as a few different rings and amulets. But nothing she couldn't get a hold of by other means. I've never known her to use a weapon anyway. Tell me, what are your plans regarding the Queen?
We'll cross that bridge when we come.
I know we spoke briefly about the possibility of gathering up allies. You should start compiling a list of people who could be persuaded. I know you spoke briefly of Michael and William Hart. I think you'd do well to speak with them. Michael would likely know people that would be friendly to his family.
I want an insight check on when he says we should start compiling a list.
What?
Yeah.
Natural one.
All right. Yeah, I'll grab it.
Pass that down real quick. You don't sense any sort of deception or ulterior motive?
Then we will start there.
Also, it seems you guys have at least made some decent connection to Lord Wilhelm. Willing to house a tiefling for you, and he has no love for the crown. I imagine he would be willing to fight on your behalf.
One can only hope.
I'm sorry, I missed what you said.
One
Bless
can
you.
only hope.
Bless you.
In addition, I know there are a few different members of Lords that either didn't love the Riverwoods or don't love the Queen. I could, if you care, I can give you a list.
If you could, that would be nice.
Very well. Well, the prominent members amongst them would definitely be the Hope family, which rule the Shadowed Forest. They appealed to the Crown multiple times for assistance regarding the creatures that lie in the forest and never received assistance. As such, they don't hold a lot of love for the Crown.
Okay.
Hang on, I need to pull up the chart I made. Made a better chart, didn't I? Did make a better chart. Alright. I know that the Doxies have never been seen as a proper family, and likely would object to someone as, say, power hungry as the Queen, taking control and trying to tell them what they can and can't do. Verily, she objects to their claim over all the treasures of the sea. Next, you could do worse than to check with Lothel. Lady Cassandra is young, but has ideas of nobility and honor that I imagine don't strike well with what the King achieved, if you will. Other than that, the rest are questionable at best, but the leaders of the Rage of the Gods have long had issue with the practice. No offense, Grendel. I'm sorry, you're not there. Have long had offense to the practice of moving all the bodies to the Lost Islands. You could convince them that something may change, they may be willing to fight. Honestly, I have no idea what the Ulfeld family of the Frozen Wastes would do. They may fight on her behalf, they may see her as a bitch. I honestly couldn't tell. And finally,
What was the last family? The what?
the Ulfeld family of the Frozen Wastes. And lastly, there is the family that runs Dragontongue. Dragontongue is an extremely harsh land, and they've often requisitioned the crown to provide relief, funds, supplies, and they never got as much as they wanted. They could be convinced to put to action it.
I appreciate the information. On our way out of the Wildwood, we're gonna visit the Bronwyn's.
Just be careful.
Aren't we always?
Are you ever?
And then I'll reach out to shake his hand.
You kind of clasp your forearm in the warrior stance. Need anything else or any advice before you go? Always here.
Thank you. I'm not.
Where do you intend to go afterwards?
That is to be determined. But most likely the Krognak Ring.
It may be risky if you were caught in the Brawwyn estate, but if you could escape undetected, they do have a teleportation sigil there. Could cut your journey down.
Good to know. Thank you for that.
Of course.
Then I will make my way back towards where I saw everybody else.
Okay. As you guys are checking out Talon's quarters, such as they were, I need you to go ahead and make a survival check. You may both make one, or one of you may make one with advantage.
Do you want to make one, or you want me to do it at advantage?
Go for it.
Survival?
Mm-hmm.
25.
You manage to actually pick up his feet prints. It's a little hard, as Talon typically walks very light. But eventually you do find that his tracks head deep into the forest.
Would I know where this path leads?
It is not a path.
I follow his tracks.
Okay. Grendel, are you following?
Yeah.
Okay. Excuse me. So you guys follow Talon's tracks. After not a particularly long walk, a good 20, 25 minutes, you find a very large tiger-like creature that carries aspects of a phoenix, particularly very large feathery wings. That is sort of curled up. This appears to be the end of Talon's tracks.
Interesting. Have I ever seen this thing before?
You would know that this is. I apologize. I don't want to butcher the name. How do you pronounce it?
Sahela.
Sahela. Oh, it's your cat.
It's your cat's true form.
Yes.
I don't know where I put that at. I think it's in here somewhere.
Yes. And she's the protector spirit of the forest.
Gotcha. You don't turn into Sahela, though.
No, not that you've ever seen.
Gotcha.
But quite a little while back, when he conjured the little spirit animal, it was a little miniature form of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, when was the one that got blown up immediately.
When somebody got fucking...
Somebody got a little high excited.
Yep.
I will conjure something that will come out of your home and it will make me happy.
Die.
Emotional damage!
Okay. I'll casually just make myself known. Sure.
How are you doing it?
I telepathically ask where Talon is.
That'll work too.
How intelligent is she?
She's very intelligent.
Okay. After a little bit of poking and prodding, trying to reach into the creature's mind, you're a little bit shocked by the complexity of the consciousness that you touch upon, and kind of a deep, rumbling voice. You don't have to do that.
Yes, I do. I can't speak out loud.
What is it you're here for?
Looking for our friend Talon.
A lot of people are looking for many things.
Okay. Do you know where he is?
I may. But if Talon wanted to speak with you,
Just watching them stare at each
he
other.
would simply come back. Oh no, she's speaking aloud.
Oh, speaking out loud now? Okay.
It's also worth noting, like, in the center of a circle, like an entire circle where she's at, about 40 to 50 feet of the forest has just been turned to ash.
Oh.
Can't imagine what did that.
Is he doing all right?
He is not hurt.
Aren't we all? Sorta.
Actually, it's a more fitting comparison than you think.
Well, if he's interested, we're going to the Bronwyn's estate.
If he is interested, I shall let him know.
I'm a few hours. Back at camp.
Very well.
How far is the Brahmins estate from where we are?
The Lunari camp is
I see that.
here, and so it's directly this way.
Okay. So that's like a couple hours travel?
Let me pull out the ruler. It exists for a reason.
Hey Mike, can I have one of the Oreo, or I'm sorry, not Reese's cookies?
Yeah.
What's that, about 10 inches?
Special,
About
like the
9
bag
inches?
opened. Or particularly, you like it torn, or you like it popped
Don't
open?
read the numbers.
I usually just tear the corner. Just what the perforation is.
On the ruler there.
Ah, yeah. Fake cat. Kilo.
On the ruler, what is that, about 9 inches?
About 9. Yeah, right over 9. The center of the city's over 9.
Okay.
Sorry, that's how I determine distances. It's the only, like, decent, one. Son of a gun. There it is.
Could have opened it more.
Woods. So, 1 inch is 15 miles.
Wow.
No, thank you.
Good.
No, thank you.
Calculator, please. It's about 135 miles from where you guys are.
So about a day and a half.
So even with your redonkulous pace, it would be just over 2 days.
Okay.
That's if we don't like double time dash most of the day.
No, that is if you double time dash.
Oh, okay.
You could extend how far you guys can travel.
No, I'm good.
Because a standard day's worth of travel is 8 hours.
And if we
If you
got
were to travel
horses,
longer than that, you would have to make constitution saves to try to fight off exhaustion, but you could travel further.
what if we got horses?
We do still plan on waiting for Tagnak and Akbar before we leave for their estate, right?
I'm not sure how... I'm not sure if her elk feed applies to horses. I may have to make a DM's ruling on that, because that's a little insane.
We'll look it
It
up.
doesn't say anything about it, but... Because I looked it up the other night.
Whether mounted or on foot.
Oh, does it specifically say mounted? That's fucking ridiculous. What the hell? Wizards of the Coast. Broke it. Please nerf.
Here's a tail buggering.
Alright then.
And it's up to 10 companions, so even if it didn't say mounted, I could count our horses as companions, right?
Ah, yeah, you could. Actually, including your horse, that would be 11. Wait, no.
But I wouldn't have to worry about Ghost
No, it
Horse
would be
because
8,
Ghost is fast as fuck
including
and doesn't
everybody
need a
else.
horse.
Well, Ghost is fast as fuck, but he's fast as fucking sprints.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't sprint for 8 hours a day. That will kill you.
I wouldn't
Tell
put
me what
past
you do.
Ghost to try.
Maybe I
You
want to
may
die.
certainly try.
Maybe I want to die. Maybe I want to die now. You don't know.
It's an everything bagel with spicy sausage and egg and Gouda.
Yeah, the good is gonna set it off.
Looks really good.
DM, do we? No, I'm not even gonna ask the question. No.
No, ask the question.
What do we think the time frame would be for Tagnak and Akbar? Unclear. Got it.
Unclear. They're giant creatures, but they also have to go over a mountain range, and their directions were
gonna
not
be here for
great.
weeks if we wait for them.
It'll at least be a day. Maybe a month.
Oh,
That gap is nuts.
How intelligent are the two Cyclopses you drew a map for in about 3 seconds?
That map was pretty good though. I'll should have me some tissue.
We could go there and come back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought we weren't planning on coming back.
According to a certain thread on D&D Beyond, with a horse you can travel 48 miles in 8 hours, which I'm going to trust because I don't feel like checking the math. So, given your fucking ridiculous shit,
It's not that ridiculous.
you guys can travel 96 miles in a day.
That's a little ridiculous,
That's
but
12 miles an hour for 8 hours.
that's not bad.
If you think back in like whenever America was expanding to the west, they were doing roughly 10 to 15 miles on a good day.
Yeah. Now, granted, they had carriages and were moving slow, but yeah, you would have those fuckers' journeys by like it would have been a tenth of the time. They would have felt like
They should have just gotten more
It
barbarians.
wasn't a 3-month ordeal, it was just fucking a week.
It was fine for us. Lewis and Clark are just flying through the countryside.
So, why don't we go to the Bromlin estate and then come back and hopefully Tagnak and Akbar here?
That would be ideal.
So we're just waiting for Talon then.
Yeah.
All right. Well, when they come back with Talon, we'll go.
Are you guys waiting for Talon to return to the camp?
Why is he gonna be surprised when we come back alone?
Well, it's only me and Skelly right now. We're waiting for.
They went to go find Talon.
Yeah.
They would return fairly quickly after your talk with Vulcan.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, I'd relay the message, and I'm not gonna force him to come back.
Okay, it's up to you guys if you want to wait a couple hours for Talon to come back.
You're lucky I came back.
That's when you would expect him to come back.
We're gonna wait for Talon.
Yeah. Talon? A few hours pass. Oh. No Talon.
Ronan's just in the pit now, just
drawn in the sand.
oh no, he's going in.
Oh, you're just going in?
Yeah, I'm going in. I'm training without question.
Be a man's plan.
And
Remind me what Talon's upset about. So I wasn't here.
Primarily Vulcan's lies. A lot that's gone wrong in the past few days.
I say we'll give him all the time he needs.
Okay.
essentially, we'll die without him. So,
We're not really in that big of a hurry.
yeah. So he can take all the time he needs to get his mind right, just like you can take all the time you need to make your decision.
Until it explodes.
All right. Midday comes. Midday passes. Evening starts to set in. And the 4 moons begin to rise over the distant trees.
Ronan has finally left the pit to eat dinner, and I will find my friends again.
All right. Anything else the rest of you want to do during the course of this day?
I'm just gonna wait for Ty knocking out car until it's time to go to bed.
Evening camp begins to wind down. Most of the Lunar camp is packed up by this point. Basically anything that's not an essential function of the camp is loaded onto the back of a cart. You guys go to sleep?
I'll take third watch.
Are you gonna keep watch?
Third watch.
Okay.
I'll take first.
I doubt he's returned yet.
Alright, Ghost, Grendel, either of you want to take second? Okay. Go ahead and make perception checks.
If you're near, oh no, never mind.
Yeah, they're not near.
Yeah.
And
10.
Grendel.
23.
You missed the cue, my man.
I thought you were grabbing minis for us to fight shit.
Just because I stand up doesn't always yet.
Oh no, we're fighting a pizza.
I don't know if I can do that morally.
It's so dangerous and delicious.
I'm so confused.
Make us save for its spinach and feta breath.
I'm angry and hungry.
Is it
wanna see
sexist
what
to
I-
hit you? Is it more sexist not to hit you?
Want to see what a team of cannibals looks like? The pizza's like, I'm going to eat. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Why?
Because you're a pizza.
Pizza the Hut was trapped in his limo one afternoon, and he ate himself.
If you will. Alright. So, point that out. Okay, your guys' watch passed without incident. Alan does not return.
And camp's pretty bare bones at this point. I'm gonna scry out Talon with the tube.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Because now this is almost that point where you say, okay, it's not a missing persons yet. It's not a missing persons yet.
He has until.
How many? Has it been 24 hours?
Since we've seen him, oh yeah,
He's a missing person.
he's a missing person. I'm going.
It's about 18 hours at this point.
He has until 10 a.m. before I go back to the glade.
But then the police don't get involved for 24 or for 48 hours.
And with the shit we've done, 24 is good enough for me. I'm going to scry on Talon.
Okay. You pull out the golden tube from Chloanne.
Yeah.
You whisper the dwarven words to it. And again, the thick billow of smoke comes out. Forms into a hard, almost mirror-like surface. And you see Talon lying curled up.
Fetal position?
Not quite fetal position, but...
Okay. Just like on a bed trying to get comfortable type curled up.
He is not on a bed.
I mean like on a bed, like when you're on a bed, you're just kind of like...
Yeah. Almost like you're not spooning, but that's only because no one else is there.
What color are his eyes?
Blue.
Closed.
Still blue, though.
Still blue? Okay. Shit.
Did we figure out who Blue was?
Yeah.
Fuck. But when I didn't write it down.
I know I did.
Was I there?
Yeah.
Fuck was Blue?
What's the area like that he's laying in?
Were you, did you see the first, did you go with him the first time? No. So now you would see, around the area, you would see the cat.
Oh.
Sahila.
So he was there? Okay.
And now about 100 to 150 feet of the forest surrounding it is turned to ash.
Oh. Good.
No, I'm leaving him alone.
You answer my question though,
Oh, blue? Yeah, hold on.
please.
Let me go back to my notes. I'll give it to you after break.
Did you scry on him in front of everybody or not?
Yeah, oh yeah, in front of everybody. And I'm gonna leave it alone.
We can see that too, though, can't we? No, I thought
You guys just see a thick mirror.
I see.
You see the smoke.
Yeah.
He's okay. He is currently on a quest, is what it looks like. I felt more comfortable seeing Sahila there, who is...
You knew. I told you Sahila was there.
Oh, the big cat? Oh, I was in the bathroom when you guys were talking.
Oh,
yeah.
I would have told you.
Oh, okay. So, he's okay.
As you say that, Tamberlin comes by and puts a cup of tea before each of you.
Thank you. Are you guys making your way out?
If not today, then tomorrow, yes.
Then where will you go?
We will head to the Dark Swamps.
Do be careful.
Always do.
And Ronan will continue to wait for Talon.
And you guys see Tamberlin head off in the same direction that Brendel and Ghost did yesterday.
I still give him till 10 o'clock. And this time I go back stealthily. Alone. Shit.
Is there anything anybody else would like to do before 10 o'clock?
When I wake up, I'm gonna go back to the edge where I was waiting for.
Okay. Sorry, messages are happening.
No, I take that.
Oh, yeah, go ahead and.
Oh yeah. $87.
We got duck action?
We got ducks.
We got ducks.
And then you roll for how many, right? Okay.
After a while, you're sitting waiting. Hang on. I don't remember the table.
Natural duck habitat 48,
That's what I
unlikely
needed to
2d8, and then okay.
Holy shit. You're sitting there for a while. Eventually, a swarm of 24 ducks come up to you, quacking and happy.
48. You've rolled 4 8s.
I rolled 3 8s. Actually, I rolled an 8, a 7, a 1, and an 8.
Holy shit.
Amongst them, you do recognize Quack Rogers and Tony Quack,
Oh.
as well as Mr. Sir Blue Glow Duck.
Right.
Ghost.
The wave 2 Avengers.
Is there a quack eye? Or a quack widow?
I don't know. You know
Quack widow.
Did you assign any quack widow or quack eye?
I did not, but I will now.
There's one just called the Quack.
No, we're gonna have a one shot and we're gonna play it.
Oh yeah, you are.
Yes, we are.
The big bad's just gonna be running away from Ghost trying to eat us all.
We do like a roller for which duck you get assigned, and then you have to make that duck a character in association with the Avenger it's for.
Oh,
Yep.
I already have stat pages for Avengers.
I'm sure you do.
No one's shocked. Nobody is shocked.
Have you dumbed them down to duck level? Real question.
No.
It's actually all in our heads.
Ghost.
There's actually no
Yes.
change. We're just normal ducks.
As you head out to the encampment where you were before, you find more of the grassland around the area has been slightly scorched. Shake your head. Yeah.
Don't choke.
Okay.
No, I almost just spit food everywhere.
Oh.
Hala is still sitting there. Her wings draped across her body. Tamerlane is sitting next to her. And you would see there is a sack of food on the ground.
I'll perch myself in a tree.
Okay.
Then wait and see what happens.
See them wait there for a long time.
Noon comes and goes.
I got time. I got nowhere else to be.
Up to you at that point.
Well,
Noon comes and goes.
I don't wait that long.
This is
I got time, but not that much time.
Well. I wait 5 hours. What I rolled. Nothing changes.
Except for maybe Tamerlane getting up and leaving.
She does not.
Thing. 4 of the forest burn away.
Very slowly, yeah. Like a creeping scorch. You see all the petals of grass just slowly burning down to the ground. It extends 200 feet, 250 feet.
They're radiating from Salem.
Like outward, growing like this.
So she's in the center.
Mm-hmm.
Tamerlane talk to her at all?
Be up to him.
You hear some soft conversation. It's hard to make out what they're saying because they're speaking in Quarry.
Max, I don't know. Clever girl. Better pick that language up. I wait 5 hours and then I come down and I sit right in front of Zayla.
Just looks at you.
How long is this going to take?
As long as it needs to.
I'm all for giving him his space, but we are on a bit of a time crunch here.
And you will need to bring him with you, or you will need to move your time.
Cat more sassy than you.
Shit, I've been outclassed. We've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas.
Don't suppose interrupting this would do any good?
I can honestly say I do not know what will happen if you... Rubbing your hands with that rag?
No, I was putting on
Got a problem here, Zayla?
I'm not going to pretend to know what exactly is happening here. But I'm tired of waiting. I get up and go back.
Okay. That evening, Ghost comes back to the camp.
We're leaving tomorrow, with or without Talon. Or I'm leaving with or without the rest of you.
Point me in the direction.
Would he know where that
You could
glade
point
would
him in
be?
the direction.
I give you.
It's not that hard to find an ever-expanding ball of fire.
That's fair. I give you the direction.
I make my way.
Yeah. As the moons begin to rise over the distant trees, you find your way to a little clearing. Hala is lying underneath a large tree. Tamerlane next to her.
I thought Tamerlane left.
Tamerlane did not leave.
Oh. Okay. I still did what I did then. I didn't even look at Tamerlane.
Well, you still went back though?
Yeah.
Okay. You still see the same sack of food and her just sitting there waiting?
Well, I didn't go with him.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I thought Tamerlane had left, but
Oh, no.
When I get there, I will see my favorite big cat. Just have scratches behind the ear.
You're not the favorite.
And
Oh,
that's okay.
and pet her.
She lets out a deep rumbling purr. It's a little like you're almost in an earthquake. Very low, like 1.0 maybe.
How are you, girl?
Tired.
Yeah. Taking a lot out of you.
Much that is happening.
How's he doing?
That your passive perception was?
11.
Garbaggio.
Garbaggio. May I see him?
Kind of tentative. Go ahead and make a persuasion check. I'll say with advantage, given the scritches.
Okay. 14.
Seems to be hesitant for a moment. After a few long seconds, slowly lifts up her wing, Alan lying kind of in the crook of her arms.
You would see below, like where he's been sleeping, all the like minor twigs and rocks and stuff from that like epicenter have been turned to coals, ash, and doesn't seem to be hurting him or
Okay.
but all of his clothes seem to be soaked.
I will place my hand on his shoulder and try to focus as hard as I possibly can on like his energies.
Okay. Just make a concentration check.
Concentration check. Am I using my constitution for that?
Yeah, this is if you were concentrating on a spell.
Okay. 13.
One moment, God is getting messages.
And as I'm concentrating, I'll talk to him.
Dad's phone is blowing up today.
Look, man, he's still on AOL. A lot of like
Dial up.
yeah. Could not believe how hard it is to get a contractor to come up there and put in high-speed internet. There actually was an old joke that I always liked, which says it says a lot about the state of the spirituality of our country, that we have a stairway to heaven but a highway to hell.
Oh, the road less traveled, you know.
That was good. And while I'm trying to concentrate and talking to him, I'll just say, whatever it is that you're doing or going through, just know I support you. And I hope you find what you're looking for. Okay.
As you're placing your hand on his shoulder, his clothes do feel soaked through, almost as if he's been in a heavy rain.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a medicine check.
Okay.
It's a bath. You probably need a bath.
Natural one. That cheese bread fun always comes right back. It never fails. As soon as I purchase cheese bread, it's like purchase more cheese.
Do you just want to stop giving us one and just bring cheese bread?
I'll start saving money. Yeah, you don't know what's going on. He doesn't look good. Definitely looks fairly pale and malnourished. And you would see that as you're just talking to him, his eyes keep flashing different colors. Go from blue to green to red to purple.
Okay.
And you see different colors you've never seen. There's a bright orange light, a pink one.
Does he twitch a lot?
There's some fidgeting. His eyelids are moving constant. His
Like
eyes are moving constantly behind his lids. Yes. He's mumbling to himself, but you can't understand any of the words. As you're laying there, Tamberlane comes over, pulls out a soft rag, and just places it on Talon's forehead.
Instantly soaked.
Catches on fire.
Like a sponge. The second you put it down, like put it in a bathtub of water.
ShamWow.
Wow. I will Out of concern. I will channel divinity. Watchers will.
Okay, please remind me what that does.
You can use your channel divinity to invest your presence with the warding power of your faith. As an action, you can choose a number of creatures you can see within 30 feet of you, up to a number equal to your charisma modifier. For 1 minute, all the chosen creatures have advantage on intelligence, wisdom, or charisma saving throws.
Okay.
Just in case he's doing anything struggling.
All right, Alan, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Since I'm near him, he gets +3.
Yes, he does, and it's an advantage because of thingy.
Yep.
And you're a druid.
It's even worse.
Oh, we haven't handed these out yet, have we?
Oh, it is it?
No, but you guys would have done it today.
What's up?
So what was your plus?
+3.
Oh, then
Yep.
inspiration if he wants to use it.
Yeah, but use
Okay.
it. Fuck it.
16.
16 plus.
+9.
So 25, okay. So, as you're going through all this, you do dimly become aware of how hard it is to focus. Think. And you're not aware of the passage of time outside of your state. Only that it's clearly been a while. And with your familiarity with the body and medicine, you're aware you're probably quite dehydrated.
Care.
I will spend the night there.
All right. Talon and Rona do not return. Night passes once again. Day arises. Indolent inspiration.
All right.
Talon?
Gonna give this back.
Did I use my inspiration last week?
I have no
I
idea.
did for duck
That could have
face.
been yours.
No, I used mine last week for something stupid.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll for my ducks. 45, so nothing happens.
That one.
Oh, that's good. Well, that would have been funnier.
Yeah, I was really hoping for that one, but this one was also fine.
Sorry?
Can you hand me that, please?
Mike.
Mike.
Riddle. Alright.
Sorry, you would.
I was leaning up to help.
So, morning comes by.
I will make my way back towards camp.
Eventually, in the early hours of the morning, you see Ronan return. Alone.
How early?
Sunrise.
Okay.
Because I only need to transfer 4 hours, so. Are we ready?
I'm up at dawn. I've already eaten. I'm packed and ready.
We're really going without him?
Yeah.
He's got to do this on his own.
Don't we need him?
Yes?
Yeah. But we cannot rush this process.
We also can't wait however long it's going to take. We've probably already wasted too much time as it is. We'll be lucky if there's anything left, or if they're not swarming in this place now.
That part. So we'll just have to be much more careful.
Like, as much as I want to force him out of whatever trance he's in, that's not going to help him.
Gotta get his mind right.
Crossed my mind though.
Okay.
Get your ducks back.
No, I rolled a
Ducks are not
45.
back. Damn it, I was say we're really gonna need those ducks.
I'm making another holy water.
And then we will be on our way once the holy water is done.
Okay. As you guys do, you see the remainders of the Lunar camp being packed up. Vulcan is giving instructions on everybody take the roads to Dark Swamps. You guys would like to do in particular before setting out?
I am going to write a note to my friends.
Okay.
Carve in the tree.
Maybe do you have a marker?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It is worth mentioning, your guys' Lothelian horses are still here.
Thank God.
I mean, they've been cared for and everything, but like, you said you couldn't bring them with you over the mountains.
How long are we anticipating to be gone?
With horses?
At max 3 days. We're there, we're in, we're out.
Nobody's gonna be here by the time we get back.
Oh no, I'm not worried about that. This is just for the purpose of the note.
Well, he'll be here.
Yeah, he'll be here.
Hopefully.
Maybe.
Maybe. Sure hope your cat can force feed you water and food.
Reminds me of the time that
Discord, by the way.
Oh, this reminds me of the time that Goku was going through that heart disease or whatever. He was laying there just struggling.
And everybody else is getting their
Not a
ass
bad
whooped.
comparison.
And then people like Chi-Chi's are feeding him water.
Yeah.
I used the wrong form of fear and it was an accident.
It's perfect.
I know, but I don't like that it was an accident.
If you play the idiot alive long enough, you become.
Eat water.
I may be dumb, but I know how gravity works.
I don't remember saying that.
Anyway. So you guys gear up? Are you taking the horses?
Alice.
We want to take the horses.
It would be sneak. We're trying to sneak, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Then it'd be
Well, we're gonna need to get there quick,
true.
and then we can sneak when we get closer.
But we don't know if they have scouts out. Okay.
If we try and sneak the entire way, it's gonna take 3 times as long.
No, I'm saying like once we get close enough within a range, you would think they would have scouts out.
Yeah.
If they have scouts out, it's going to be impossible for them not to hear horses. So at what point do we want to ditch the horses, or put the horses away?
Before we get to the point where the
It would
scouts
take you
would be.
almost 6 days just to get there if you stealth the entire way.
Oh, I'm not trying to stealth the tower. I'm saying like once we get to where we can start seeing the towers of the city.
You can see them in the distance from here.
Okay.
Roughly how far would scouts go out of their way? I would
You would know
Potentially
how
no.
far the Brawlins had scouts out.
typically though.
Make a history check.
I'm gonna take the note that I wrote my friends
7.
and try to stick it to a
That
tree.
didn't even fucking roll. It just spun the whole way. Yeah, that sucked.
Even though usually they keep guards typically on the outer walls of places, it's more, usually lookouts are more kept at a higher elevation just in order to see distance. They typically don't travel too far from the city. Because it kind of defeats the purpose of having a lookout if your lookout can't reach the city before the attack.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not attempting to infiltrate someplace, you wouldn't scout that far.
And horses it is.
I mean, obviously, we're not going to ride the horses up to the fucking gate.
Okay. So, as you guys go galloping off through the forest, for the sake of brevity, is there anything particular you guys would like to accomplish? Oh, hang on. Over this day and a half.
I'm gonna just keep an eye out for Agnak and Akbar.
Okay. Are you guys, if you stop and rest, it'll take you a day and a half. I have to work out math real quick.
Is that lake right there why I'm getting so many ducks?
It's part of it.
Okay.
If you guys went an additional 10 hours, reach it in a single day. Your horses will be fucking exhausted.
We shouldn't rush.
Because we may need the horses to make a super fast getaway.
Yeah.
Then we will not. We will. Fuck.
We'll just push them hard for 8 hours.
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry, I did something wrong.
Not allowed.
I apologize, I did math wrong. If you push them hard for just over 3 additional hours, you can reach it in a single day.
That's doable.
You
They'll
will likely still
be-
exhaust your
They would
horses,
still
but
be
you would.
exhausted. We would not be able to get them.
Well, it depends on their con saves.
True, but
If our
It is much
escape,
less likely to kill your horses.
our escape is dependent on that, though, I'd rather not do that.
Your cons
up
aren't
to you
that
guys.
great.
Yeah, we'll just go regular. Just go regular.
Okay. So, over the course of the next day and a half, as you guys go galloping towards the city, you get closer and closer, and you can see that since you previously visited, you guys kind of GTFO'd when you landed there last time. So as you guys get closer, you can see large blue banners have been attached to many of the spires and towers, bearing the mark of a singular black hand in the center.
Okay.
As you guys get nearby, you feel you're at a close enough distance that scouts may start to notice if you get closer.
All right.
But it is.
But it
All right.
is.
I need everybody to go ahead and make stealth checks. Sally, go ahead and reroll for your duckies. Because it is a new day.
the new day I'll be making another holy water.
I assume.
50 exactly.
Okay.
What does that mean?
I'm going to say that counts.
No, interesting. Double 15s.
Yeah, if it's 50 or higher.
Oh,
Pass without trace.
that's all tricks.
Okay.
Okay.
12 ducks come flocking up to you, quacking happily.
Wow. Okay, that's a manageable number. And we're rolling stealth.
Yes.
Yes.
Nobody happened to do anything helpful with the stealthing, did they?
Plus
Pass without
10.
trace.
Cool.
Natural 20.
No, 18.
Oh.
Good enough.
Plus 10, so 28. I only roll well like that when there's pass without trace. I don't roll like that without pass without trace.
Okay. The ducks. One of them does come up to you, waddling bright blue. The second you guys pass without a trace and start trying to act stealthy, the ducks seem to kind of understand what's going on. And you watch them all rustle their feathers together and crouch down, shockingly stealthily,
Sweet.
rolling out an average of 33.
Wow.
While they rolled a natural 20.
Okay. Okay. Slightly below me then.
These are Ninja Turtle ducks.
They are Ninja Turtle ducks. They quack in the darkness. Oh no.
Darkwing Duck.
That's exactly what my brain did!
21.
21. Ghost?
36.
28.
18.
Okay. You guys managed to move through the forest fairly quietly. Randall occasionally stepping on some leaves. But, as far as you can tell, you don't appear to have been noticed.
How many sentries along the walls?
I am pulling up a map right now.
Strategic placements, because
Hey, no, give me it. Give me, you son of a bitch.
walk up the walls. We got a problem here, guys?
Alright. So, the city is not walled off.
Okay.
But there are guards posted at each of the roads that lead in. So, each of the 4 main roads. You can see from where you are.
And which way will we be coming in through?
You guys are coming from the western direction.
Oh,
Yes, please. Thank you.
Allergies?
Yeah, killing me today.
He's allergic to the ducks.
No, that's not true.
I was the same way after they all left last night.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking terrible.
Okay.
That's why I have prescription Flonase.
And you can actually still see that the major tower of Nylona is top of the tower is still broken off, slightly smoldering.
How many guards?
Make a perception check.
Jesus Christ. Passive is better than that. 13.
The guards are numerous, but don't appear to be checking people especially. It's more just kind of walking around and making sure nobody's causing trouble type of thing. As far as the actual scouts looking out, there appear to be 2 on each of the major roads.
Ground level or building?
Oh, they are ground level. And the way Nylona is set up, many of the base buildings are lower income homes and shops and things of that nature. The more extravagant buildings, or those belonging to particularly higher up nobles, are actually in the trees. And looking in, you guys can recognize the places you've been when you came here before. The hot springs that you guys ventured into does no longer appear to be open.
Okay.
It's a slightly dreary air that hangs over the place.
Can't imagine why.
Okay. Well then, how do we want to go in? Main road, or because it's not walled off, just come out of the woods and into the village, or into the city?
We break either right or left. So, what are the lines like farmland or what is?
Those are trees.
Oh, those are trees?
Yes.
Okay.
The best path would be
Right side.
right
Yep.
here.
That's what I was thinking. Then we just have to get in somewhere.
And where is the estate for the Browns?
What was previously the Broadwin Estate, now the Paxton Estate, is located in the trees up above 7 Stars.
Oh. Then yeah, so I feel like coming in here and making our way across.
Making our way.
Downtown, walking fast, faces past, and I'm homebound.
That's fucking ingrained in the head of every single American.
I only picture
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews. My brain was saying Tyrese, and I knew that was not correct.
Miss you.
Terry Crews.
So are we coming in from that
You
angle?
guys are coming in from wherever you want to come in.
Yes.
And we'll come in from here.
Yep,
You
that's
use the
right.
back door, you use the back door.
Trees, from the trees to the village to the city.
From the tree. No, down.
So that's what we're doing.
Where that little V building is.
I'm sorry?
Where the little V building is underneath the bee and bird.
Talking about this one?
Yeah, that one right there. That's exactly where I think we're gonna go for.
Alright. As you guys creep in, and one by one you start to funnel into the building, you find it abandoned. Is what looks like it might have been once a small homestead. It's obviously been vacant for a few weeks at least. It's not as much a patrol, there's more just a constant stationary presence of guards throughout the streets, every few houses.
A lot of alleyways.
It's a few. It's not exactly like a city in the typical sense. It's essentially just a bunch of buildings in the middle of some trees.
How many guards are like in our path, roughly?
And at least up this next main street, a good dozen.
How armed do all the guards and watchmen seem to be?
They look fairly standardly armed to what you guys... Well, actually, you didn't see it, so... most of them appear to have at least half-plate armor. And they carry a spear, a short sword, and a shield.
Just standard weaponry.
Make a perception check.
That's a bad idea, Megan, but okay. That's not terrible. 21.
As you're looking at it, you see... Occasionally they give off a small wisp of flame.
I'm gonna
People?
note that to the
The
others.
weapons.
Oh.
People.
Occasionally they catch fire. It's
The people are on fire.
What?
Like I don't know what these,
People.
what they get
The
down over
people.
here.
And we will go ahead and take a break there.
We need
So,
no
everybody
water,
else,
let
don't
the
go anywhere, we'll be
people
right back.
fucking burn.
Hello, everybody. So maybe you're thinking, hey, I'm all about watching this Natural One show, but there's probably a shit ton of stuff that went down, and I could really use a little recap to help catch up. Well, strap in, because I'm gonna catch you all up. Firstly, we started our adventure in the land of Terratun, specifically in the part of it known as the Tower, where our party, Zeke, Ronan, Kazia, and Lan, were friends who were asked to meet up with a man named Michael for a delivery job. Upon meeting Michael and his friend William Hart, who was a sergeant in the Evier army, Michael explained that the king, Lord Marcus Riverwood, was getting remarried after his wife had passed away a few months ago, and Michael had secured a gift of several Lothelian horses for him, these being highly intelligent and coveted mounts. He asked the party to travel up to Lothel, collect the horses, and bring them back before White Day, which was to be the king's wedding day. The group agreed, and Zeke, having been raised by a sailor, spoke with Kashi, an old retired sailor friend of his, with tall mugs of ale and taller tales of his adventures at sea. After some brief boasting, Kashi agreed to supply Zeke with a small sailing boat that he and the group could use to travel up the riverways all the way to Lothel. They soon set off and rested after a couple days at Humulus Hall, a nearby town ruled by the Barton family, who were loyal bannermen to the Riverwoods. They rested in town for the evening, and were slightly shocked to see that a couple of children could be found to be bullying a small homeless child. Upon investigation, it was revealed that the child had glowing red eyes, much like Kazuya, and both were considered to be cursed children, having been born on nights whenever at least 3 of the 4 moons in the sky were dark. While some considered cursed nights to be myths, most hate any and everything to do with the curses of the moons, and are either overtly or covertly exiling and ignoring these children. Their hearts stirred by the child's plight, the party agreed to both help him gain some new clothing and food before deciding to help him out amongst themselves. Luckily for them, their friend Talon, one of the Lunari tribe, was visiting the local lord and lady. Talon, the grandson of leader Vulcan, serves as an ambassador for the tribe, attempting to help better the tribe's relationships with the surrounding lords and ladies. Upon hearing the plight of the cursed child, Talon agreed to take him along as he traveled back to the Lunari's tribe home, within the wild wood. Slightly put at ease with the child's fate, Lan followed the two children who had been bullying him and strangled one of them the moment he was alone, utilizing the power of his patron through his Red Book of Answers. The rest of the group slept the night away and set off once more in the morning. They moved relatively well through the countryside until entering the land of Gallet and finding a small compound run by the Nomads, a group who were all ostracized from their own homes for one reason or another and had found family amongst each other. Warrenlight, a bastard of the land of Gallet, welcomed the group and asked for their assistance in a violent kidnapping with a group of violent young teen nearby. After fighting against a large spirit naga and help rescuing a few of the captured nomads, the group received full acceptance and praise from the group and drank heartily with them. Resuming their travels in the morning, the group stopped off in Dracomores, the capital city of Gallet, ruled by the still young lord Caden Licht. Excited by the group's stories and their adventures thus far, Caden welcomed them to his city, and the group agreed to stay and rest a while. While there, they discovered a group of simple brothers who were under the rule of an orc that was shaking down nearby shops for coins and valuable items. By fooling the brothers into thinking that they were new recruits, the party followed them back to the hideout and managed to make short work of their orc leader, and even then helped set the brothers on a new path, assisting the traveling musician Sophie. After they spent a couple of days recovering and exploring the town, they ventured off to the land of Lothel, where they once again met up with Sergeant William Hart, who confessed that Michael had expressed a little worry over their travel and agreed to meet up with them in Lothel. Together, the group stopped in Whitehaven, briefly speaking with Lady Cassandra Woodway, before accepting the horses, which had been paid for by Michael. Sadly, their little sailboat wasn't up for the venture of carrying a dozen horses, so they agreed to purchase passengers to board a much larger vessel, the Blue Baron, captained by Zilla Longheart, a purple-skinned tiefling. They sailed around the west of Terraton, briefly running across Lord Roderick Doxy, the head of a smaller family who had claimed all the treasures of the sea belonged to them. And while they don't always have the best luck recovering them, they somehow have managed to find enough of them to keep their family going. The party continued down to Des Moines Hall to deliver Michael his dozen horses, where he paid them with a decent amount of gold, and then gifted them 4 of the fine steeds for their own. The group spent a little time relaxing in town before Kashi informed Zeke that a member of the Doxy family had recently been found selling a piece of his father's long-lost shipwreck. Eager to see what had become of the vessel, the group once more boarded the Blue Baron and paid them to travel to the site of the wreck. While traveling, Ronan received a message in the night from Talon, who had been ambushed on his way back to the Lunari tribe and taken prisoner. This was concerning, as when the group had last spoken to Vulcan, they were under the impression that Talon had just visited them a few days ago. Concerned, they made an immediate journey up to the nearby island and found that Talon had been taken prisoner. While they were unable to find out who exactly had taken him, they were able to rescue their friend as well as uncover several symbols related to the Solari, a group that Vulcan had headed before the Lunari, but were focused far more on battle and wiping out the forces of the Dreaming Dark. Confused, but grateful to have their friend saved, the group hastily sailed away from the island towards the site of the shipwreck, making sure to send a note to Vulcan explaining what had happened. As they entered the location of the shipwreck, they were set upon by a huge creature, which looked eerily similar to a storm giant. While the ship crew did the best they could to help out, the giant was very fierce, and before Ronan could deal the final blow, Zeke was shocked to death by a lightning bolt from the creature, revealing his true form as a shapeshifter. Seeking the knowledge to revive Zeke, Lan wrote in his Book of Answers, seeking the answers of his patron. However, in his haste, he forgot the mental toll that the book takes on its user, and the mental pain of accessing the knowledge killed him, absorbing his soul into the book's pages. With 2 of their friends now dead and thoroughly disheartened, the group returned to the tower and prepared to host the funerals of their lost friends. Talon, concerned by what had happened, found a courier owl that could deliver the Red Book to the School of Magic and Technology known as Ludomentis all the way in Solace. Michael met with the group and asked them to meet with King Marcus Riverwood, who it was revealed was actually Michael's younger brother, and explain what had happened to them. Strangely distraught by the information of Zeke and Lan's passings, the Lord offered to pay for both of their funeral expenses in total. Michael confessed a concern over his brother's behavior over the past few weeks, and his distrust of Marcus's new wife, Kiva. She was undoubtedly beautiful and capable, but there was a strange otherworldliness about her that left Michael uneasy. The group pondered this before they were brought to a room in the castle where Vulcan and his wife, Tamberline, were staying as guests for the upcoming wedding, though they hadn't planned on attending until they had heard of what had befallen Talon. While both were happy to see that Talon was safe and whole, Vulcan was enraged and set upon a warpath, determined to rain fire down on whoever had stolen and tormented his grandson. After a brief explanation of what bits Talon was able to recall from his imprisonment, they were shown that Vulcan and Tamberline had not come alone. Rather, they had brought along Ghost and Autumn, two of their fellows from within the Lunari tribe who traveled down with their kin in order to see Talon and Ronan again. The group spent the evening catching up and talking of what they'd experienced over the past couple of weeks, including the strange disappearance of the Talon imposter in the Lunari camp. Disturbed by this, they discussed the possible paths of tracking down the imposter, but ended up retiring with little truly settled. The following day, they held a funeral for Zeke and Lan, attended by the party, Michael, William, Marcus, Kashi, and a woman named Hilda Hart, who had harbored intense feelings for Lan. After a few different people spoke at the funeral, members of the Lost Islands appeared to preserve the bodies for their transport up to their homeland for the burial. However, one of the White Watchers, the Mute Guard, took an interest in the group. After a little discussion, Lady Colwell, the leader of the Lost Islands, asked Talon and Ronan if they might be willing to take the guard Grendel with them on their travels, as he had recently had an upset with the psychonic energy that left him feeling he was unworthy of performing as a guard, and wished to rid himself of the energy. That night, disgusted by the loss of his two friends and feeling himself cursed more than ever, Kazuya fled the city in the middle of the night, taking one of the Lothelian steeds with him. With the wedding quickly approaching, the party spent a little more time in the city, exploring and looking for a few jobs to help pass the time. Then came the illustrious celebration, and as Michael's guests, the party were awarded a nearby table towards the front of the ceremony. However, before the wedding itself, Michael revealed that his brother's body had been found near the rocks at the coast to the west, and that the king at the stand was an imposter. Put on edge, the group searched around, and Ghost noticed an assassin underneath the stage and stalked him. However, the king imposter was still killed shortly after the ceremony, and all the attendants save the party seemed to be placed under a strange sort of enchantment. There, the newly appointed queen shouted that the party had murdered the king and set guards upon them. Talon struck her with a beam of pure moonlight, briefly revealing that she, too, was a shapeshifter, and had actually been Zeke's mother. However, the crowd still appeared to be suffering under whatever charm it was that had been placed on them, and the change in appearance didn't seem to register with the majority of the gatherers. Fleeing the gathering guard, the party were assisted by William to go into hiding. After causing a sizable distraction, the party raced out of the city to a nearby wizard that Vulcan had kept hired to transport the city back to the Lunari camp, in case something dangerous happened. They utilized this wizard and found themselves relatively safe within the confines of the camp. After they were arrested and explained what they could recall, Vulcan flew into a rage at the defamation, swearing vengeance against the tower and its new queen. After Tamberline helped him to try to keep somewhat calm, she pointed out a guide that they had hired to help guide the party through the mountain pass of the nearby Grognak Range, if they wished to take after the Talon imposter while things were being settled politically. Agreeing it was probably the best choice for now, the party met with the huge Goliath warrior who introduced herself as Sally and wielded a huge burnt bar stool. Sally traveled with the group as they moved through the magical confines of the forest to the edge of the huge and imposing Grognak Range. And that is where we were coveted to a stop. While that's only the Cliff's Note version, it should help everyone understand roughly where we're starting off and where we'll be once we get back together. Stay natural, everybody. Hello, everybody. So maybe you're thinking, hey, I'm all about watching this Natural 1 show, but there's probably a shit ton of stuff that went down, and I could really use a little recap to help catch up. Well, strap in, because I'm gonna catch you all up. Firstly, we started our adventure in the land of Terratun, specifically in the part of it known as the Tower, where our party, Zeke, Ronan, Kazuya, and Lan, were friends who were asked to meet up with a man named Michael for a delivery job. Upon meeting Michael and his friend William Hart, who was a sergeant in the Evier army, Michael explained that the king, Lord Marcus Riverwood, was getting remarried after his wife had passed away a few months ago, and Michael had secured a gift of several Lothelian horses for him, these being highly intelligent and coveted mounts. He asked the party to travel up to Lothel, collect the horses, and bring them back before White Day, which was to be the king's wedding day. The group agreed, and Zeke, having been raised by a sailor, spoke with Kashi, an old retired sailor friend of his, with tall mugs of ale and taller tales of his adventures at sea. After some brief boasting, Kashi agreed to supply Zeke with a small sailing boat that he and the group could use to travel up the riverways all the way to Lothel. They soon set off and rested after a couple days at Humulus Hall, a nearby town ruled by the Barton family, who were loyal bannermen to the Riverwoods. They rested in town for the evening, and were slightly shocked to see that a couple of children could be found to be bullying a small homeless child. Upon investigation, it was revealed that the child had glowing red eyes, much like Kazuya, and both were considered to be cursed children, having been born on nights whenever at least 3 of the 4 moons in the sky were dark. While some considered cursed nights to be myths, most hate any and everything to do with the curses of the moons, and are either overtly or covertly exiling and ignoring these children. Their hearts stirred by the child's plight, the party agreed to both help him gain some new clothing and food before deciding to help him out amongst themselves. Luckily for them, their friend Talon, one of the Lunari tribe, was visiting the local lord and lady. Talon, the grandson of leader Vulcan, serves as an ambassador for the tribe, attempting to help better the tribe's relationships with the surrounding lords and ladies. Upon hearing the plight of the cursed child, Talon agreed to take him along as he traveled back to the Lunari's tribe home, within the Wild Wood. Slightly put at ease with the child's fate, Lan followed the two children who had been bullying him and strangled one of them the moment he was alone, utilizing the power of his patron through his Red Book of Answers. The rest of the group slept the night away and set off once more in the morning. They moved relatively well through the countryside until entering the land of Gallet and finding a small compound run by the Nomads, a group who were all ostracized from their own homes for one reason or another and had found family amongst each other. Warrenlight, a bastard of the land of Gallet, welcomed the group and asked for their assistance in a violent kidnapping with a group of violent young teen nearby. After fighting against a large spirit naga and help rescuing a few of the captured nomads, the group received full acceptance and praise from the group and drank heartily with them. Resuming their travels in the morning, the group stopped off in Dracomores, the capital city of Gallet, ruled by the still young lord Caden Licht. Excited by the group's stories and their adventures thus far, Caden welcomed them to his city, and the group agreed to stay and rest a while. While there, they discovered a group of simple brothers who were under the rule of an orc that was shaking down nearby shops for coins and valuable items. By fooling the brothers into thinking that they were new recruits, the party followed them back to the hideout and managed to make short work of their orc leader, and even then helped set the brothers on a new path, assisting the traveling musician Sophie. After they spent a couple of days recovering and exploring the town, they ventured off to the land of Lothel, where they once again met up with Sergeant William Hart, who confessed that Michael had expressed a little worry over their travel and agreed to meet up with them in Lothel. Together, the group stopped in Whitehaven, briefly speaking with Lady Cassandra Woodway, before accepting the horses, which had been paid for by Michael. Sadly, their little sailboat wasn't up for the venture of carrying a dozen horses, so they agreed to purchase passengers aboard a much larger vessel, the Blue Baron, captained by Zilla Longheart, a purple-skinned tiefling. They sailed around the west of Terratun, briefly running across Lord Roderick Doxy, the head of a smaller family who had claimed all the treasures of the sea belonged to them, and while they don't always have the best luck recovering them, they somehow have managed to find enough of them to keep their family going. The party continued down to Des Moines Hall to deliver Michael his dozen horses, where he paid them with a decent amount of gold, and then gifted them 4 of the fine steeds for their own. The group spent a little time relaxing in town before Kashi informed Zeke that a member of the Doxy family had recently been found selling a piece of his father's long-lost shipwreck. Eager to see what had become of the vessel, the group once more boarded the Blue Baron and paid them to travel to the site of the wreck. While traveling, Ronan received a message in the night from Talon, who had been ambushed on his way back to the Lunari tribe and taken prisoner. This was concerning, as when the group had last spoken to Vulcan, they were under the impression that Talon had just visited them a few days ago. Concerned, they made an immediate journey up to the nearby island and found that Talon had been taken prisoner. While they were unable to find out who exactly had taken him, they were able to rescue their friend as well as uncover several symbols related to the Solari, a group that Vulcan had headed before the Lunari, but were focused far more on battle and wiping out the forces of the Dreaming Dark. Confused, but grateful to have their friend saved, the group hastily sailed away from the island towards the site of the shipwreck, making sure to send a note to Vulcan explaining what had happened. As they entered the location of the shipwreck, they were set upon by a huge creature, which looked eerily similar to a storm giant. While the ship crew did the best they could to help out, the giant was very fierce, and before Rona could deal the final blow, Zeke was shocked to death by a lightning bolt from the creature, revealing his true form as a shapeshifter. Seeking the knowledge to revive Zeke, Lan wrote in his Book of Answers, seeking the answers of his patron. However, in his haste, he forgot the mental toll that the book takes on his user, and the mental pain of accessing the knowledge killed him, absorbing his soul into the book's pages. With 2 of their friends now dead and thoroughly disheartened, the group returned to the tower and prepared to host the funerals of their lost friends. Talon, concerned by what had happened, found a courier owl that could deliver the Red Book to the School of Magic and Technology known as Ludomentis all the way in Solace. Michael met with the group and asked them to meet with King Marcus Riverwood, who it was revealed was actually Michael's younger brother, and explain what had happened to them. Strangely distraught by the information of Zeke and Lan's passings, the Lord offered to pay for both of their funeral expenses in total. Michael confessed to concern over his brother's behavior over the past few weeks, and his distrust of Marcus's new wife, Kiva. She was undoubtedly beautiful and capable, but there was a strange otherworldliness about her that left Michael uneasy. The group pondered this before they were brought to a room in the castle where Vulcan and his wife, Tamberline, were staying as guests for the upcoming wedding, though they hadn't planned on attending until they had heard of what had befallen Talon. While both were happy to see that Talon was safe and whole, Vulcan was enraged and set upon a warpath, determined to rain fire down on whoever had stolen and tormented his grandson. After a brief explanation of what bits Talon was able to recall from his imprisonment, they were shown that Vulcan and Tamberline had not come alone. Rather, they had brought along Ghost and Autumn, 2 of their fellows from within the Lunari tribe who traveled down with their kin in order to see Talon and Ronan again. The group spent the evening catching up and talking of what they'd experienced over the past couple of weeks, including the strange disappearance of the Talon imposter in the Lunari camp. Disturbed by this, they discussed the possible paths of tracking down the imposter, but ended up retiring with little truly settled. The following day, they held a funeral for Zeke and Lan, attended by the party, Michael, William, Marcus, Kashi, and a woman named Hilda Hart, who had harbored intense feelings for Lan. After a few different people spoke at the funeral, members of the Lost Islands appeared to preserve the bodies for their transport up to their homeland for the burial. However, one of the White Watchers, the Mute Guard, took an interest in the group. After a little discussion, Lady Colwell, the leader of the Lost Islands, asked Talon and Ronan if they might be willing to take the guard Grendel with them on their travels, as he had recently had an upset with the psychotic energy that left him feeling he was unworthy of performing as a guard, and wished to rid himself of the energy. That night, disgusted by the loss of his two friends and feeling himself cursed more than ever, Kazuya fled the city in the middle of the night, taking one of the Lothelian steeds with him. With the wedding quickly approaching, the party spent a little more time in the city, exploring and looking for a few jobs to help pass the time. Then came the illustrious celebration, and as Michael's guests, the party were awarded a nearby table towards the front of the ceremony. However, before the wedding itself, Michael revealed that his brother's body had been found near the rocks at the coast to the west, and that the king at the stand was an imposter. Put on edge, the group searched around, and Ghost noticed an assassin underneath the stage and stalked him. However, the king imposter was still killed shortly after the ceremony, and all the attendants save the party seemed to be placed under a strange sort of enchantment. There, the newly appointed queen shouted that the party had murdered the king and set guards upon them. Talon struck her with a beam of pure moonlight, briefly revealing that she, too, was a shapeshifter, and had actually been Zeke's mother. However, the crowd still appeared to be suffering under whatever charm it was that had been placed on them, and the change in appearance didn't seem to register with the majority of the gatherers. Fleeing the gathering guard, the party were assisted by William to go into hiding. After causing a sizable distraction, the party raced out of the city to a nearby wizard that Vulcan had kept hired to transport the city back to the Lunari camp, in case something dangerous happened. They utilized this wizard and found themselves relatively safe within the confines of the camp. After they were arrested and explained what they could recall, Vulcan flew into a rage at the defamation, swearing vengeance against the tower and its new queen. After Tamberline helped him to try to keep somewhat calm, she pointed out a guide that they had hired to help guide the party through the mountain pass of the nearby Krognak Range, if they wished to take after the Talon imposter while things were being settled politically. Agreeing it was probably the best choice for now, the party met with the huge Goliath warrior who introduced herself as Sally and wielded a huge burnt bar stool. Sally traveled with the group as they moved through the magical confines of the forest to the edge of the huge and imposing Krognak Range. And that is where we were coveted to a stop. While that's only the Cliffs Note version, it should help everyone understand roughly where we're starting off and where we'll be once we get back together. Stay natural, everybody. Hello, everybody. So maybe you're thinking, hey, I'm all about watching this Natural 1 show, but there's probably a shit ton of stuff that went down, and I could really use a little recap to help catch up. Well, strap in, because I'm gonna catch you all up. Firstly, we started our adventure in the land of Terratun, specifically in the part of it known as the Tower, where our party, Zeke, Ronan, Kazuya, and Lan, were friends who were asked to meet up with a man named Michael for a delivery job. Upon meeting Michael and his friend William Hart, who was a sergeant in the Evier army, Michael explained that the king, Lord Marcus Riverwood, was getting remarried after his wife had passed away a few months ago, and Michael had secured a gift of several Lothelian horses for him, these being highly intelligent and coveted mounts. He asked the party to travel up to Lothel, collect the horses, and bring them back before White Day, which was to be the king's wedding day. The group agreed, and Zeke, having been raised by a sailor, spoke with Kashi, an old retired sailor friend of his, with tall mugs of ale and taller tales of his adventures at sea. After some brief boasting, Kashi agreed to supply Zeke with a small sailing boat that he and the group could use to travel up the riverways all the way to Lothel. They soon set off and rested after a couple days at Humulus Hall, a nearby town ruled by the Barton family, who were loyal bannermen to the Riverwoods. They rested in town for the evening, and were slightly shocked to see that a couple of children could be found to be bullying a small homeless child. Upon investigation, it was revealed that the child had glowing red eyes, much like Kazuya, and both were considered to be cursed children, having been born on nights whenever at least 3 of the 4 moons in the sky were dark. While some considered cursed nights to be myths, most hate any and everything to do with the curses of the moons, and are either overtly or covertly exiling and ignoring these children. Their hearts stirred by the child's plight, the party agreed to both help him gain some new clothing and food before deciding to help him out amongst themselves. Luckily for them, their friend Talon, one of the Lunari tribe, was visiting the local lord and lady. Talon, the grandson of leader Vulcan, serves as an ambassador for the tribe, attempting to help better the tribe's relationships with the surrounding lords and ladies. Upon hearing the plight of the cursed child, Talon agreed to take him along as he traveled back to the Lunari's tribe home, within the Wild Wood. Slightly put at ease with the child's fate, Lan followed the 2 children who had been bullying him and strangled one of them the moment he was alone, utilizing the power of his patron through his Red Book of Answers. The rest of the group slept the night away and set off once more in the morning. They moved relatively well through the countryside until entering the land of Gallet, and finding a small compound run by the Nomads, a group who were all ostracized from their own homes for one reason or another, and had found family amongst each other. War and Light.
And welcome back. That was early. So, yeah.
You're supposed to say stuff about cats and pussies.
Bengals your pussy.
What? I'm so glad you
DJ
remember.
said.
He said something about cats being pussies, and I couldn't understand
I
it.
said the Bengals on your pussy. That's not important. All right.
He was talking shit before the football game.
Is that why they lost?
Who, the Bengals? No. That's not why they lost. They lost because they can't protect their quarterback. 20 sacks in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No.
That's 5 sacks a game by average.
But anyway, so you guys sneak into the outskirts of the town. What do you want to do?
We're in the building.
Yes.
Let's just continue to be stealthy.
What are we looking for?
We're looking for an estate that's up here in the trees in the 7 stars.
Yep.
Okay.
Ghost is looking for gold chandeliers.
We get one more of them bitches. We just disappear, guys.
Just disappear.
Just disappear. Fuck this world.
I hear it's nice and solace this year.
You guys later?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Actually, if you told enough gold, you guys could fucking roll a lair.
Tell you, we get the fuck out of Dodge.
Because the lair is basically Pirate Town.
Oh man, that seems like everything we fucking need. Yeah, that seems like everything we fucking need.
There's a lot of water.
It's a lot of
There's
water.
a lot of water.
Also, the only deity there is a giant tentacle monster that pops up out of the ground all the time. But you know, that's a whole other thing.
I can get behind that.
I don't know how Reggie would do with a lot of water like that. He's just-
You just walk to the other islands.
That is fair.
How Reggie would do?
yeah, he just be like, all right, guys, I'll see you there. And
Just walks into the ocean.
10 years later, I'm here.
That's basically what it would be. I walked 10,000 miles under the ground,
And
then I
I
started moving
would
in a lateral
walk.
direction.
Sorry.
Anyway. Okay. So what's the guy's plan?
Stop playing. Go.
Okay. You want me on the ground or you want me on the roof?
Well, if they have sentries up top. Do they have sentries up top on the trees?
No. Up top.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, there are civilians like just walking through the streets. This isn't like, it's not like National Guard lockdown. Like,
Okay.
so if you want to jump across the rooftops, here's the thing. It's kind of like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
You can run on the roof.
Noticeable.
Yeah, it sticks out.
Hey, what's that guy up there?
Let's say that some of us would not be particularly good
shot him
at
in the
running
head.
on the roofs.
oh, never mind.
Correct and right, you got it.
So if any guards stop us, we just throw a duck at them and run.
I don't.
You gonna say?
See, my plan was if we need a distraction, I'm selling ducks.
Ducks, get your ducks in.
Then we make money, but the
You're
ducks
selling
disappear at
ducks into
midnight.
Duck slavery?
Not duck. They disappear at midnight. What are they going to do with the ducks? Oh, they'll cook and eat the ducks.
Yeah, those ducks are dinner.
The first thing you're gonna do. The first thing you're gonna do is go.
These ducks have skills.
Oh, look at this duck. Nice and plump.
Yep.
Alright, go to the bag.
Right in front of her, too.
Nice plum sauce waiting for you, buddy.
Turns into that situation on Men in Black. Oh, and so this must be your auntie. Snap.
Yeah. So that must make him your uncle. Oh.
Go through the crowd then?
Yeah.
We are moving through the crowd.
Okay. I'm going to ask everybody to go ahead and make a stealth check. This is to essentially not stick out in the crowd. Ronan, you would have advantage.
Oh.
Is my pass without trace still working? Or is it up now?
Not for this, because this isn't as much about not being seen, it's not sticking out.
Okay.
Yes! 22! Because before it was trash!
You're lucky you're an elf boy.
Woohoo! Natural 20?
16.
Hey!
22. You guys managed to blend in the crowd mostly well. Unsurprisingly, the hardest one having a time is the Goliath. But you guys kind of managed to help her hunch over and keep her a little bit covered. But people see her, but it's like, whatever, man. I don't get paid enough to fucking question this shit. She's not causing problems, so I don't
Making our
fuck.
way downtown. Faces pass and we're homebound.
So as you guys approach the 7 stars, you see that in the area that leads into the upper trees, there are 2 sentry posted at the base of each of the trees.
How many other people around?
This is much less sparsely populated,
and the people that are here appear to be of the more affluent nature. You see a lot of more intricate clothing, a lot of detailed robes and things of that nature.
It looks like they kick it with the Paxtons.
Big kick it with somebody.
It looks like they're wealthier than us.
Well, we're pretty wealthy.
They don't know that. We don't look it.
Definitely don't look it.
No.
What do we want to do, guys? At least 2 centuries and go in, or do we want to sneak in?
I say we don't start with death.
Okay, just check it. So I'll go ahead and cross that off the list.
Okay.
Is there another? Does it seem like there may be another entry point?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Oh,
Are they
sweetness.
Are they like guarding like a road, like a gateway, or are they guarding like?
There's a spiral staircase that swirls up the tree. That's the main entrance. That's what they're guarding.
So they're in front of that.
Yes.
They're like the base of the tree.
Yes.
Okay.
15. Try to scale the tree on the far side. Would not be an easy climb. For most of you.
How big is the how big around is the tree?
You think like a redwood.
This is where we all
Aren't those
figure
ones
out
that are
what
really
our
skinny?
skills are, and then we look at the one guy who
Thick
can
ass
get multiple
boys.
Which
things.
one's the really
California, the
skinny but
gigantic
tall?
ones.
Which one's the one that's really skinny but super tall?
Bird. I don't know.
Not redwoods. That's all. I
Okay.
Redwoods are nice fat.
Redwoods are thick with 4 C's.
We could have ghosts scale up the backside away from the guards and then like toss a rope down.
Could certainly try.
We could do that, or we could find something to distract them, and they leave their boats, maybe.
Or you could try to talk your way in. It's up
Or
to you
we
guys.
or we try to talk our way in. So, how well does that work for us?
You want me to try to distract them?
Anything we can light on fire nearby? Like,
You're in the woods.
Forest.
okay, inside
I don't know what you expected
The
me to
second
say.
you go to light the wood on fire, a bear comes out. This is how we prevent.
It's just got a shovel and a hat.
We're in the middle of like the worst place for a forest fire. He's gonna come out with a sawn off and just blast them away.
He's gonna come out with a rag. Do we have a problem? You trying to start a fire, maybe? Possibly?
I mean, plenty of houses. You could start possibly a small brush fire with some leaves and driftwood and the like.
Got a warrant for that fire?
Actually, I just reached that episode. Authorized burning.
I'm open to suggestions.
We could just try to talk our way in.
None of us is good. None of us are good at talking.
Says the man who can't talk.
I'm actually pretty good.
I'm very charismatic.
Yeah, I'm good.
You, shockingly, one of you has actually talked your way into an enemy encampment successfully.
And it's not the one you think it'd be.
It's not the one you would think it'd be.
I have?
That's how you made friends with your Cyclopses.
That is-
Oh, I wasn't considering that talking. Yeah.
That was
That's
amazing.
exactly what it was. You walked in, you're like, hey, I'm totally part of this whole deal. And they believed you.
I'm on the up and up.
I feel like these are a little. I feel like these guards are going to be slightly more intelligent than my Cyclops
Be
is.
slightly more on the ball than the Cyclops.
Can I have one?
Yeah.
I want to try.
I mean, we could always go in and we hate the Bronwyn's and, you know, we like the Paxtons. We just want them spit on the Bronwyn's grave. See if they let us in.
Okay.
And then we'll make sure we kill those guards on the way out.
Oh, God.
1 for being bad at their job, and 2 for allowing people to come in and do that shit to the dead.
Can we just kill them and stuff
Grindel
them
would know
inside of
that
a
the
certain
bodies
bag?
are likely not here anymore.
What?
Grindel would know that the Bronwyn's bodies are likely not here anymore.
No graves.
They would say, we wish we could spit on the grave and see how the guards react to that. They're probably like, yeah, Paxton, like, we can just, you know, like I
Are
said.
they dressed in the Paxton colors?
They are bearing the Paxton colors, yes.
They could be disgruntled employees. They might even like their employer.
They may not. And if they do like their employer, we'd be like, hey, man, there's something around this tree you should check out. Look at all these weird ducks.
Is there a beggar nearby?
Not anywhere nearby here.
In the rich part of town? Please. Please.
So if I go get a
This is
hobo,
the area town where beggars disappear.
Yeah.
so if I go get a hobo, and I pay him a bunch of gold, him to come over here and act all drunk.
How much good am I paying?
You could also just give a hobo wine. We'll do the rest on his own.
I don't have alcohol on me.
You give me a golden opportunity to be drunk, and they can follow me around this alley, and then
Why do we have to give you the gold? That's part of the deal. I don't know. No, whoever doesn't gets paid.
yeah, it'd be quick and easy. Chop, chop.
I like the idea that Ghost is like, but I could pay somebody to be drunk, and Ron's like, look, man, you got a job. You're not giving me a hookup. Like, go my way, man. I'll do the work.
Yeah, my performance is pretty good.
Or I go around the corner and scream like a girl and hope they run over there.
Or I could just walk up there and act like the ducks are a delivery for the people running the house.
Certainly try.
Wonderful.
Oh,
you're traveling entertainment.
Yeah, I do like a duck play where the ducks are the actors.
Oh, hearing that, the ducks immediately line up and begin quacking enthusiastically at one another.
Do any of them glow?
What you would assume is a rather imaginative retelling of Macbeth.
So we find a clothes shop. We get some clothes made for the ducks.
We don't have that time. They're just ducks, and they are supposed to provide the clothes. Or the delivery.
Any of the ducks glow?
One of the ducks can glow, yeah.
Okay, I like this. And we are the entourage for the ducks. This is our. So this is the controller of the ducks.
This is pure D&D.
So this is the control. This is the duck leader.
I'm the director.
Is there any other entrance into this area?
You could try to scale the tree.
This is the
Like,
duck.
so
the
it's
duck
up in the trees, or are we at the place that we want to
It's
be?
literally in the branches of the tree.
Okay.
It's like it's a
little like Rivendell, just not quite as nice.
yeah, and why can't I think of the damn things now?
Oh, the Forest of Lothlorien, that's what I meant.
Bodyguard.
I'm backup plan. I'm scaling the tree with a rope as backup plan.
Yeah, let's do this. All right, Scully, run it. Let's do it.
Run it.
All right. I'm
This is the epitome of please. We've all tried to seduce the catfish, and it hasn't worked. Please just cross the bridge.
Look, worst case, this doesn't work, and then
I don't salted.
me and Ronan come behind each of the guards and just.
That is worst case scenario.
I could just start punching them.
This is more worst case, But of course, we want to try to get in as the duck play.
Okay. So I walk up to the guard with all the ducks. Fuck, what are the names of the people what are the names of the people I'm supposedly putting this play on for?
The Paxtons.
Paxtons. Okay.
I like that you asked that both as a player and in character.
Lord and Lady.
Paxton.
I know their last name.
Oh, who knows their fucking first names? If push comes to shove,
I'm a lowly duck playwright. I don't refer to these people by their first name. Okay, I'll walk up to the guards and say, "Hello, my name is Skrettle. Skrettle. That's Skredel. I am here with my duck troop, the
Quack Pack.
Quack Pack, and we are here to put on a play for Lord and Lady Paxton."
One piece of that was a coherent sentence. Make a deception check.
Okay, deception.
Can you make the ducks salute?
You can certainly try.
21.
The guards kind of look at each other, look back at you. Who the actual fuck travels around with Duck Pack?
It's a niche organization.
You cannot be making money off this.
It's mostly for fun, to give back to the community.
What community?
The community of fans of duck plays.
Right. Well, as stunning as I'm sure your 3 fans are, none of them are here. So, suggest you either find an inn for the night, or you find somewhere else to go.
So they'll be back tomorrow?
Lady, whatever you're trying to sell, I ain't buying it.
I'm just wondering, they requested my presence to come and provide this play
Make
for
another
them.
deception check with disadvantage.
Ah! 11.
Burn it!
Wait, no, sorry, 10.
Burn it! Yeah, fuck it, I'll burn mine too. I'm just on the side of the tree going, oh my god, is this gonna work? Please work.
So that took for me was 19.
10, so 19.
So 29.
I had 10. What did you have?
9. And then
19,
19.
27.
Okay.
So the guard just... He looks so close to dismissing you. And then you see kind of a thought pass over him, just...
You know what? I don't get paid enough to fucking question this shit.
Any of them ducks shit on the floor, I'm not the one cleaning it.
They're very clean ducks. They're well trained.
Just cup it in the entire time.
He stands aside.
I'll point to the one that glows and I'll say, do your thing.
And the duck glows bright blue. Guard just looks down at it. I don't care if its shit glows, I'm still not cleaning it up.
They're very clean ducks.
Head on up.
So they are here.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you for your time.
I need a new job.
And I'll give him a gold coin.
He doesn't even reach out to take it.
Okay.
Actually, what gold coin are you handing?
Oh no.
She doesn't know.
We have unmarked ones, don't we?
We
Like
do.
ones that aren't lions. But they would like lions.
Who knows?
Unclear.
I hand him an unmarked one.
Okay. He doesn't reach out to take it.
Okay.
and I will. Come on, ducks, come along. We have a show to perform.
Just an angry fluttering of feathers.
Yes, no, I get it, I get it. We said afternoon, it is clearly almost morning. Don't worry, we'll take care of this. I promise, we will reimburse you. And as I keep ushering the ducks in.
You guys are gonna give these ducks drug problems. I just know it.
Oh, did we all get in?
I'm already on the other side of the tree.
Oh, you're climbing?
Yeah, I went
Go ahead
on
and
the
make
other
an
side.
acrobatics check.
With my spider climbing boots?
Yes.
Well, one.
There's no reason.
And
Top one.
17.
17. You get about halfway up the tree, and all of a sudden the spider climbing boots stop spider climbing.
Oh, great.
And so you, angry cat descending down the curtain, just. Cool.
Of course my boots don't work out. Naturally.
Great.
Fuck me, right?
Can I climb up to the stairs? Okay. And
Make another athletics check. Or acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Either one.
Acrobatics, then.
We refunded that cheesy bread so fast. So fast!
So, as you guys are herding the ducks up the stairs,
Why?
you hear Ghost let out.
How far down is he from where we are?
On the floor.
Yeah, it's fine.
How much rope do we have?
I have 60 feet of hemp rope, something like that. Rope.
I have 50.
Yeah, I've got 52 hemp and rope.
Okay, well, the top of this tree is 100 feet tall. But where you guys are, about the halfway point is about 50 feet.
Okay. So I'll just like hold on to the rope and
You
unfurl
throw
it
it
down
down
for
to
him.
Ghost, who's laying, just angrily twitching. He's pissed now.
Rather than do that, I'm just gonna use my telekinetic movement and just here.
How far does that reach?
If he,
I could climb back up a little bit.
no, he'd have to climb up a bit.
How high was I?
Has to be
when
within
my
30 feet.
boots stopped working.
Math real quick. About 25 feet.
Okay, I'll go feet up then.
Okay.
Feel like,
And
He's
I'll
now 30
just
feet away from you.
okay. Then I'll pull him up with.
Okay. Actually, interesting. That you said that's psionic?
Yeah.
Okay. So you get about 20 feet up the tree, and then.
is that new?
Telekinetic movement.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
I yanked a guy off of a cliff before.
that's right.
Couldn't poof us into the room with all the. We never had to pick up the Cyclopses in the first place. This is bullshit.
So we are inside, correct?
You guys eventually together reach the top of the tree, which kind of has almost a large cage structure, if you will, of branches to prop up all the leaves, which form the canopy of this place. And the interior is richly decorated with furniture that is actually carved out of the tree itself. You guys have been here once before. And even though it's still fairly extravagant, it's not as comforting as it was last time you were here. It's definitely lost a lot of the warmth and touch that the Brahmins had in the place. And it looks far more like a reception hall than a place where people actually might live.
Oh God, it's the lobby of the hospital when you get
A little
in.
bit.
Damn, please, I need to see a doctor. Fill out the paperwork.
We admit people by severity of condition. We'll get to you in an hour, maybe.
Now what? Want to search rooms? Is there anybody in this hallway?
Not at the moment.
What are we looking for?
Books, ledgers,
Looking
items.
for a necklace, aren't you?
I'm looking for an amulet. Plain, I guess plain. Say plain.
So, behind the two thrones, there's a door on either side. To the southern end of the room, there is a staircase that sends down into the tree itself.
Hey, Ghost. If I was a lord and lady, where would I keep all my stuff that I don't want out into the wrong hand?
Locked away. Probably either in a vault somewhere.
What is everybody's passive perception?
Passive perception?
I'm not answering that fucking question. Like, you don't just target me when you say, outside of DJ, is anybody else's passive good? Like, just say that.
15.
18.
12. I got distracted by something else. I have advantage on dex against effects that I can see while not blinded, and I got really concerned by the advantage on dex and thought that I was accidentally on no one's character.
Ghost. You hear squeaking and some grunting.
And what?
Grunting.
What kind of squeaking and grunting?
Like rusty bed hinge?
I was gonna say.
There's a bed
Yeah,
hinge.
I meant spring.
It is rhythmic.
Oh no.
It's what?
Rhythmic.
Rhythmic? Do you want to play a game?
Uh-oh.
I work for the Paxtons now.
Oh god. Does it sound like pedaling?
He's getting shot in the face.
I think we all went different directions with that. I heard like bed squeaking.
That was my initial thought, and then my second thought went to the saw doll in the wheelchair. Or the tricycle wheelchair. It'd be even funnier if it was a wheelchair.
That movie would not have been nearly as successful.
No, it wouldn't have.
It's the fucking scene from Breaking Bad.
So much funnier.
When Gus Fring walks in the room, he's just ding, 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 ding.
Can you imagine if a little doll going himself in? Would you like to play a game?
Do you want to play a game?
Okay.
He just makes a bunch of handicap jokes on the slide.
Yeah.
Can I tell which direction it's coming from?
It's coming from the locked door to the right.
Locked door.
Or closed door to the right, I'm sorry.
It tells me it's locked.
Yeah.
Is there
I'm looking at it.
a do not disturb sign on the door?
Is there a scrunchie? There's a suck.
It's just a closed door.
Worth trying. This is like one of like the. What's the door in the entryway?
So
Like in the hallway room?
the stairs lead directly into the room.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I
On
assumed.
the eastern side.
Okay.
To the north end, there's the thrones and 2 locked doors.
All right.
The southern side, there's the stairway that leads down.
Okay.
So
So it's the right locked door then.
Yes.
are there any markings on the doors?
I mean, there's some carvings.
Do they look magical at all, or protective?
I'll go ahead and make an investigation or an arcana check.
I'll take an investigation.
Or an O on one of the doors.
Are we the hugs or the kisses?
Yikes. Doesn't matter. 5.
You do not recognize these carvings.
All right.
I will go up to the door quietly.
Okay.
I'm gonna check and make sure it's not like wrapped or alarmed anywhere.
Make an
that I can
investigation
see. You know, and I really trust
Can I help him with that?
Sure.
Ooh, advantage then?
Yes.
Okay, let's say ooh that time.
No, the first one was an 18 plus 9. So lots.
Okay. With the help of Grendel, you come to realize the door is placed under an alarm spell.
Great. I can't stop that. Trapped. Right. I'll check the door next to it then.
Okay.
On the other side.
I will help with this one.
Quite as good, but still pretty good. 24.
24. Door does not appear to be trapped or locked.
Casually.
Open it, and the door opens smoothly. See inside of a large sitting room, kind of combined with the study. Toss it.
And
Quietly.
go in there.
Toss it. Quiet. Fuck him up.
Gently.
I'm gonna chop his head off. Non-lethal damage.
Any other doors in this room that lead anywhere? It's just a single room.
Single room.
Okay. And the squeaking was definitely coming from the other one.
Yep. It's still here.
It's still rhythmic? Like, hasn't slowed?
It's actually sped up.
Uh-oh.
Heading towards that finish line, there, buddy.
You also hear 5 different voices.
Oh,
From the room?
getting it.
With the oh.
Oh, that's weird.
No, that's the life.
Can we tell what? We don't know what the ratio is.
It doesn't even matter at that point, man. They're having a good time.
Can we tell what language it is?
It's mostly in Elvish.
Oh gosh,
Elvish.
what are they saying?
Yes. Are you listening in? Because your passive didn't hear shit.
No, I don't really.
Oh wait, shit, you're right. You don't speak Elvish?
I don't speak
Damn it! That tells what the ratio is.
Any other language? Mostly Elvish.
Well, shit.
Occasional curse thrown in basic.
Like a
Good curse or bad curse? I don't know. What does fuck mean?
It depends on the tone.
Yeah, exactly.
The tone, the bone to it.
Go ahead and make an insight check. We'll say that.
I'm not gonna do it.
And I'll do it that way.
You're not hearing it anyway.
Oh, it was a natural 20 and then it rolled and insight 4. Which
You're kind of afraid to know the answer.
that's hilarious because my passive fucking insight's better than that. Great.
Half-Life
I'm
is
gonna
awesome.
point to you.
Okay.
Did you understand what that meant? Do you want it?
Let's make it a 7 something.
Door.
And I will walk over closer to the wall to see if I can hear anything.
Okay, make a perception check.
16.
You don't hear anything.
Oh.
Oh.
Maybe a mouse?
point at the desk.
All right, drawers. Doors. What kind of desk are we looking at here? How many legs is this desk?
19.
What type of
19 legs. Damn.
What type of wood is it made out
It
of?
is sturdy. It's sturdy.
How many
So
drawers?
I thought you said we were in a redwood.
No, I was saying that it's as thick as a redwood.
Okay, so we're in a giant mahogany tree.
The desk is made of mahogany.
Yeah, but you said the furniture was grown out of the,
The chair is made out of the tree.
but not the desk.
Not the
So
desk.
they just imported for the
The
desk?
desk is important.
Well, they got money. They got money to do some type of shit like that. Okay.
Can I get a Coco Bolo desk?
On a palm desk.
Is there a spot for, say, a like a very nice computer? Does it have the actual like fold out pad? Or does it have the mouse pad?
What?
What?
Hold on, because the DM, I feel like he was prepared for the desk questions.
No, I was gonna bring up the computer thing.
I just want to know because maybe I want to order this desk for me.
On ye old internet.
Yeah, I don't know.
How many older desks have you seen?
I'm just asking.
The answer is none.
Does it have a nice spot for? You know what I'm saying?
No.
Okay.
I have no idea what you're saying.
How many drawers in this desk?
It has a total of 6 drawers. 3 on either
drawers.
side.
What are the handles made out of?
Is there one? Is
the
there
handle
one
of the press.
drawer where the
play.
mouse keyboard thing would be?
No.
Okay.
There's a small cubby in the center that looks to be filled with spare parchment and ink.
No, I like the
And a
desk.
Windows 98.
It's on a floppy disk. Set of floppies.
Is this like a very nice like ornate cloth desk that has like little hole cut out so wires can run through, or no? No.
Mom, get off the internet. Get off the phone. I need to use the internet.
People knocked me off the modem.
The sound of AOL just loading makes me sick to my fucking stomach.
You've got mail.
God, this chat room just
Okay.
lit.
Any drawers locked at all?
The bottom drawer is locked on the left.
Are there any books or anything in this room? Like
Yeah,
bookshelf or
bookshelf.
anything? Okay, I'd like to check to make sure the bookshelf is not trapped in any way.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check.
I will also check the desk for any triggers, alarms, lighters, or such and such. Natural 20 on the desk.
Staying on the bookshelf.
Bookshelf does not appear to be trapped. Bookshelf does not appear to be trapped. Or desk does not appear to be trapped.
Great.
Do I see any books that would interest me or the party, or
Any subject that comes to mind.
history of
Anything
The
on
problem.
ducks.
history of the Bronwyn's, history of the Wildwoods,
Planar travel.
There's
travel.
some history that goes back before the common analogy of the Wildwoods. You do see a book on the War of 4,
Okay, I want that.
which is you would know generally took place in the 400s.
War.
It was back during the founding of Terraton.
War. Okay,
Actually, I can just send you the article on that.
thank you.
I'm gonna stay at the door and keep watch out.
Anything on planar travel?
There is a book briefly detailing some of the planes and
I want that too.
It doesn't explain traveling the planes, but
That's
it does
fine.
explain
I
a
want that
little
too.
bit of how they work.
You have yet explains the planes. I'm good. Planes.
I will unlock the desk.
Okay, one moment. Go ahead and make a thieves tools check.
Anything on bloodlines?
One second. Sorry.
Please tell me the title of the book is Basic Planes.
Arcane's give me. Oh, thank God the other one was better.
Plane shifting for dummies.
19 on the thieves' tools.
Just called a plain book of planes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's the article. It's the War of 4
Okay.
is the first part. So that.
Okay.
19. After a long minute, you managed to get the desk unlocked. It was a little sturdier than I thought it was, but it wasn't bad.
Bloodlines.
Oh. You don't find anything on any bloodlines.
No bloodlines. Okay. Anything on the Linari?
Not mention of Lunari.
Looks like any books are missing off the shelves.
Cursory glance, you can see a few empty spots.
Before me or after?
Either way. I mean, you guys both can notice empty spots. It really doesn't make a huge difference.
I just want to
I'm
make
more
sure.
focused on the desk anyway. I was just curious, looked up, see if there was like anything blatantly missing that he wasn't looking at. Okay, so
I'm gonna set one of the ducks right in front of the door, so if it opens, it'll hit it and alarm us.
perfect.
I just can't.
It's not gonna. What are they gonna do? Blow the door down with a cannon?
It could kick the duck.
The duck is just kind of preparing itself a little bit, just.
It's got its wings on the door.
Why not just put it in front of the door and ask it to quack as anybody opens the door?
Because I can't speak to duck.
Can you ask me to do that, and then I
No,
can talk to
because
the
I'm
ducks?
picking up the duck and putting it in there.
He has two choices: do nothing or like it.
Nice, right? Two things about it.
Okay.
Drawer open. What find?
As you open it,
You
find a couple letters
box. Right on.
written in a code hand you do not understand.
Shit.
And a book detailing the Bronwyn's history.
Oh. Hold up the book.
I walk over. Oh.
Are the letters sealed or no?
Oh, the letters are
Okay.
I just take it, take the book, stuff it in the bag. Anything else in there, Ghost?
I would say, spending this much time on the desk, you notice that it doesn't really seem to fit with most of the rest of the room.
Like the desk shouldn't be here.
Well, like the desk doesn't match.
See, it's mahogany and everything else is fucking redwood. I just the color pattern.
is Cocobolo and everything else is mahogany.
Either way it goes, it doesn't
What the
fit.
fuck is Coco Bolo?
There's any Cocobolo?
That's why the Beach Boys shot the video.
You ever watch Better Call Saul?
Okay.
No.
No.
I think maybe like an episode right when it started.
Cocobolo desk.
I knew it. I something.
See, wood and brown. Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Brown is just brown to me.
She looks at
I didn't. I meant with wood.
Right.
That's almost as good as like he's
that
I'm
doesn't-
black now.
That doesn't actually make it better that you said with wood.
I phrased it that way because I was specifically remembering. Did you guys ever see Derek's living room when it was 3 different shades of brown?
Yes.
He had brown floors, brown leather furniture, and then he painted his walls brown. All 3 different shades. And when he painted his walls, I was giving him shit for brown, and he goes, "It's not brown, it's temperate allspice." And I'm like, that means nothing to me. It's brown.
Temperate allspice.
Yeah.
If your living room looks like someone just shit all over it, and you decide to paint it, you just need to nod.
It's kind of the whole brown pants scenario.
Nobody can tell if you shit your pants.
Okay.
Because you have green shits.
Masculine or feminine handwriting?
It appears to be feminine.
Feminine handwriting.
And there is a seal at the bottom.
What is the
Or a crest, I'm sorry.
What is the crest?
Recognizable crest? Possibly one that I've not seen though.
It is a red field with a pair of red eyes blazed on the center. And the bottom has a mouth, pointed fangs, and a tongue.
Kind of similar to
That thing right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Now me and you,
Pass that over.
we're fucking doing the fucking, we're both just sitting over the notes like, so intense.
Yeah. It's coded though, so we're gonna have to break that at some point.
Stuff in the bag.
That all that's in this drawer? That's
That's all that was in the drawer.
I pull the drawer out. Check behind it just to make sure.
You find a small golden key at the back.
You actually, I feel like Ghost would actually laugh like that.
Yeah, I'm like silently going, I'm so good.
Oh, are so good.
Any idea what this could go to in this room?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Can I assist him with this? Since I've seen the key. Do you want to roll with advantage or?
That was pretty good anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, the natural 20's better, baby.
Come on!
Does not go to anything in this room, you're fairly certain.
Okay.
While you're poking around the room with the key, trying to stick it in whatever it might go into it, two things protest. Most notably, the other room gives a loud moan,
Oh, yeah.
and the squeaking stops.
Climax.
What?
What?
No, you can't hear it.
Oh, it's done. I'm pretty sure there's multiple.
God.
I'm pretty sure they're done now.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Pocket this. Pocket the key.
You guys hear a door open and slam shut.
Oh, bitch. All right. Put the drawer back.
I run to the door. Is Grindel inside the room? Are we all inside the room?
Yeah. Inside the room.
Yeah.
Inside this room.
I will slowly open the door.
I look underneath the door before he does that to see if I see any feet.
You see 3 pairs of boots.
Okay.
Which direction are they going?
They appear to be just standing in the room talking.
I'm just gonna make sure the duck, if they look underneath the door, they just see duck feet.
Because they're not going to wonder how a duck got in there.
I'm gonna go over to
They're
Sally.
they're not gonna be as worried though. They're gonna be like, what the fuck, why is a duck in this room? They come out to a gun in their face.
Why is this duck in here? Get in the room,
Somebody
buddy.
comes in this room. I want you to grab them, put your hand over their mouth so they can't scream. Okay?
Okay.
Great. Don't let them go.
Okay.
Okay. We're not supposed to be here.
I know that, but that's very rapey.
No.
It's only
You can't
right.
rape somebody who just got done having sex.
That's not true.
That's
I'm going to reiterate my statement from last night. We cannot play D&D in public.
D&D in public.
it's not rape if we all have our boots on, though, right?
It's just as bad as that. It's not rape if you're both screaming. Another spit take. Yeah, no.
I want to join an all-girl group.
That might actually be a
the
lot more
conversations are much
filthy.
better.
Yeah, I don't know how much better that goes.
Anyway, so aside from sticking a duck on the door, anything you guys are doing?
I'm going to stand by the door in case someone...
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Couple minutes pass by. Door does not open.
Okay.
The duck is excitedly preparing a honk.
All right.
So it's a goose in disguise.
Exactly.
The duck is really a goose, which makes it a snitch. We gotta kill the duck.
It's a hybrid goose.
Does this desk look like it was recently placed here? Or does it look like it moves?
It looks like the desk was moved here recently. It doesn't appear to slide or anything, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
There's no back cave.
Let's say.
I'm going to use Divine Sense to see if there's any Fae, Fiends, Celestials.
You send it out. You get a few pings, but they're mostly from outside the tree.
Wait, what? They're outside the tree? That's scary. Okay.
You would know, being a member of the Wild Woods, it is one of the places on Sundag where the connection to the Fey Wilds is at its weakest. Or its strongest, rather.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's
And
not.
so Fey creatures regularly bleed over.
Okay. Is there anything else?
I'm gonna take a look underneath the door to see if anyone else, they're still there.
5 pair of boots. 2 of them are sitting in the chairs. The rest of them are just talking.
5 pairs?
Jesus Christ!
I mean, they're really talking it out. And I just feel like maybe we should have cuddled afterwards. It's not.
Why wouldn't you look at me during?
And the other one's asking, why did you not stop looking at me?
Look away during. What do you mean you're mad? I didn't want to open mouth kiss you. You know, we were just in there doing.
You guys need help.
Any other drawers or cabinet, the cubbies on this desk?
Other drawers, but as you kind of rifle through them, nothing that sticks out to you.
Is there any windows or anything in this room?
There's a large ornate window that's kind of stained glass.
So one open.
It's not open.
We can try downstairs.
But we have to leave the room.
We have to leave this room in order to leave the house.
You're stuck in here for the moment.
Yeah, we're trapped. Trapped in a bedroom.
Is this door locked from this side?
Yes.
We're just playing the waiting game right now.
What? I'm gonna go over to the bookshelf now. What's the amount of dust on it, essentially? Does it look like it's well cleaned, or
thin layer? Yeah, it looks like it's regularly
thin
clean.
layer? Okay.
Are there any scrape marks on the ground?
None that you notice. A couple near the chair.
You were thinking what I was thinking.
Not every single place is a hidden entrance, guys.
Well, I mean, we never know unless we're thorough.
That's fair.
And what else are we gonna do?
Yeah, we have nothing else to do in this room right now.
Well, let's we're either it's search the room or sit
How
here
long
and
do you
listen
guys
to
wanna hide in the room?
post-coital chit-chat.
Until the group can figure out their emotional balance in their situation and move the fuck on.
How many
Actually,
females?
You can hear this because you speak Elvish.
Yeah, finally. One language I didn't actually study.
Yeah, that.
Well, give us the details.
Ronan has a very disgusted look on his face.
I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Seven.
Running dry heaves. I managed just to maintain most of it, but some puke comes out.
They were siblings.
Okay. Gross.
And in the details they were going into. Ronnie just finds a corner for a second, just furthest away from the door.
Now that you've started hearing it, you can't stop.
It's that moment. Steph.
After good 45 minutes, 3 of the boots leave.
All 5 of them were siblings?
As far as Ron can pick up.
One happy family.
Sweet home Alabama.
What if mom and dad find out? Oh my gosh, that's horrible. We should kill them just out of principle.
That's a tainted bloodline right there.
And why don't you guys come in here for a second we can talk to you?
In the Renaissance, that's considered pure.
Pure disgust.
with brother and sister essentially.
Okay. What are the other two sets just doing?
They're sitting in the chair.
And real Jamie and Cersei Lannister over here.
They're just sitting there. They're not gonna bathe or anything. They're just gonna.
You know they don't have showers, right? And just
No, I mean they're not gonna go like sit in a hot spring or a tub or something. They have bathtubs, right?
sure.
Yeah, they're not gonna go clean themselves up. They just.
Don't kink shame.
You really wouldn't have been able to.
Yeah, you would not have done well during this time.
No.
The fuck no. Well, the Moors would have been fine because they believe in that shit, and I'm more leaning towards that. This is disgusting.
I meant more than not being able to bathe afterwards.
Yeah, like most people in the medieval age bathe maybe once a month.
That's just. That's fucking disgusting.
Actually, that was pretty much up like through the founding fathers.
I mean, unless you lived next to a river or a spring or something.
Yeah, and even then you had to do it downstream of all like your water collecting.
This is why y'all smell like wet puppies right now. This is it. This is the downfall right here. You guys. This is disgusting. With the baby. I just be like, please let me catch the plague so I can die of painful death because this ain't it.
Probably would have happened.
this ain't it. This ain't it.
Probably had a 66% chance.
This ain't it. Okay. 2 sets of boots. What do we want to do?
I don't know. I'm gonna regret asking this question, but are they putting females? How many males?
Yeah, why would you?
Best you could tell, three females, 2 males.
How many left?
1 male, 1 female.
Should I just pop out and say, do you guys want to do a round 2? We're like, what the fuck?
Drop something in here and make them come in. We waited out. Who knows? Maybe they wanted the others to leave.
I told you not to fight him.
Every time you bring Charlie, he makes it weird.
He's supposed to stare at us.
Yeah, making it weird for the siblings.
Yeah, I know, but Mom says we have to invite him.
Oh,
Shut the fuck up.
no.
What you guys doing?
Could you judge their ages based on sound? Maybe some of those were the parents.
Elves live a very long time.
Exactly.
Not those, they don't.
Maybe some genetic deformities. They may only live 300 years.
The brown one's Elvish?
The brown ones were elvish, yes.
Guys, we gotta do something here because we cannot stay in this room all day.
So the staircase that was down into the inside of the tree was in the first room?
Yes.
Okay.
Like towards the entryway, right?
The entryway is on like the eastern side of the room. The downward staircase is like to the south side. It's actually on the polar opposite side of the room that you guys are on right now.
Are they still talking?
No, they appear to be silent at the moment.
They're just sitting in the room together?
Sitting there and they're shitting in their shame.
You guys can hear the rustling of paper.
Are these the receptionists?
Oh.
Oh, I was going to say, did they just decide to take a fuck break? Like, call the rest of the how was the family?
Go take my 15.
Oh, Jesus.
They're probably the Bronwyn children. Not Bronwyn, the Paxton children.
Okay.
Were the Paxtons Elvish too, or just the brown ones?
Most of the Bronwyns and the Bronwyns Bannermen were mostly elvish.
I am going to look at them. Come in here.
Huh?
Interrogation first, and then just for being that sick.
I just pull out my little vial of truth serum.
And I will.
As you do, the duck goes off.
Oh, that's wonderful, actually. They're not gonna know what the fuck is going on.
So there's a knock. The duck looks up at you expectantly, Grendel. Duck just starts glowing blue.
Would the blue glow show under the door?
If somebody were to look closely enough.
Okay.
Before anything else happens, how tall is the ceiling?
In here, about 30 foot.
Cool, I'm going up above the door.
Okay, you start spider climbing the door, and then you fall down.
I'm going behind the door. I'm gonna like go into the corner to where the door will open.
Okay.
I mean, I can't just hold
where you're going to be behind the door when it opens?
Yeah.
Okay. As that happens, what the fuck was that? One sets boots, starts walking over to the door. What is everybody doing?
Well, apparently not doing what I thought I was hoping to do. Because this place sucks.
You're hiding behind the door, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna closest. Where's the closest bookshelf? Can I get on top of it?
Sure, make a quick athletics check.
I'm just gonna side jump.
Looks like Super
So you look, it
Mario.
goes along the floor, and just...
And then are you... So, can you do any type of climbing?
Yeah, I can climb and hold myself there. Okay, fine. I guess I'll like use one arm and my feet to secure myself, and I guess I'll have my
The
other
fucking
hand over.
Nightcrawler pose on the fucking wall.
Yeah, I
Spider-Man
guess that's
pose.
what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
This is much easier when I don't have to use hands.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
She's behind the door.
It's fine. We'll make it work.
I'm gonna go back 5 feet and lay down.
Okay. What are the ducks doing?
Cover me.
To cover you? Where are you?
I'm just gonna walk back
He's
5
laying
feet
in
and
the
I
middle
lay
of the
on the floor.
The ducks are on top of him.
Like you're unconscious or
Yeah,
something?
like
Okay.
Cover.
So...
That meant totally something.
Shut the fuck
I was
up!
just like, what are they gonna do? Pull out their gats?
No, they're quack, quacks.
How many ducks will it take to cover him?
It depends on how you want the ducks to cover him. If you just want them to physically lay on top of him, so that there is
Are
a
you trying
mountain
to
of
like be
duck,
ready to shoot them?
or if you want the ducks to be around him in a cannibal circle.
Like the ducks murdered you or something?
Yeah.
Cannibal circle?
Yes.
You ever seen a cannibal circle?
Put them in a pentagram.
Oh, yes.
Like the ducks are making a ritual sacrifice of Ronan? Sure, we'll do that.
So, Ronan, the ducks are around you, angrily quacking and flapping their wings as hard as they can. Not flying, just spreading feathers everywhere. This is no longer an ice room.
Good. I look up the next. Good job, good job. Toy Story, just play that.
It's just a flurry of anger. The door.
The door opened?
Yep.
I shut the door.
Make an athletics check. What are you guys doing right now?
What the? Oh my god.
He like opens the door and steps a foot in.
That's exactly what happened.
Just knocks him the fuck out.
You said athletics?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is how things go when the druid's got a...
God.
Logic is out of the window.
This is your party planning ability.
19. Wait. 4 plus 8 is
12.
12 plus 7 is 19, yeah.
Okay. So, as soon as the door opens, you hear the door against his face. And you just... Oh! What the fuck was that?
I opened the door and then I hit him. I just want to punch him so that I don't knock him out, but so that he can't, like,
See?
fight back.
What do you mean? Okay.
That's called
I don't want to knock you out, but I want to get the results of knocking you out.
So we can tie him up and interrogate him. You said we interrogate, so
Are you
we're...
attempting to knock him out or attempting to black him out for a second, essentially?
No, I just want to, like, knock him off his feet so I can tie him up and we can interrogate him.
So you drag him in the room? So
Yeah.
why don't you just grab him and drag him in the room?
I don't know, because it's going to flutter.
I'm gonna beat the fuck out of him.
Go ahead and make an attack roll. I will give you advantage on this because he is very surprised right now. He's still trying to make out what was going on with all the ducks, and then the door just walloped him in the face.
Honestly, his eyes are fucking watering, I'm sure.
9 plus 8 is 17.
Oh my nose!
Yeah, you hit him.
Okay. Now I just want to drag them both inside.
Now you want both of them?
Yeah, what are we going to do? Let the other one run off and tell people?
Okay, and you know, so as you're dragging the dazed, I'll say stunned,
Dazed and confused, yeah, that's what they are.
inside, the woman sitting on the chair looks over, and you see just a look of fucking fear enter her eyes, and she bolts for the outdoor.
I chase her.
No, you don't.
Oh, okay.
I'm fleeing out of the room.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, you're a million miles an hour, so yeah, you catch her.
I literally pin her on the ground. I have my hood up with my dagger of venom over her with my hand over her mouth. I say, "Don't you scream."
Make an intimidation check with advantage.
This guy.
Dude was having a good time, then he just gets mollywopped by a Goliath.
He was part of an orgy, and then his door quacked, and then he got fucked.
Intimidation?
Yeah.
18.
You did that with advantage, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She looks at you for a long second, and you see your eyes just narrow. And then she bites your hand.
Stab her.
Alright.
Stab her. Take her out.
That would be 16 against your AC.
Miss.
She tries to bite your hand, but you actually have it cupped just enough so the teeth can't quite cut your skin. You still feel the heat of the attempt.
Fine, I take the pommel and
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Right across her shit.
right across her fucking temple.
This reminds me of that scene from Family Guy where they were being Santa Claus.
That's very much what's happened right now.
Everything just went completely wrong. They killed the family. They put them in the...
You hit her, didn't quite knock her out.
Okay, great.
Now she's just muffled screaming against your hand.
I'm gonna whistle.
You hear a high-pitched whistle come from the staircase leading outside.
Shit, and I get up. Good job, good job. I just pat all the dust on their head. Shh. Run out. And do I see him and her on the ground?
Yeah, you see them I'm starting to slide down the
I'm
stairs.
gonna run up and punch her in the fucking skull.
First off, this isn't even Santa Claus anymore. This is breaking it into.
I'm gonna punch her in the fucking...
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Just out.
I'll give you advantage.
Gonna fucking Charlie Brown her ass. Set me up, Ghost.
Oh my god! Behind her, holding her head like a football. 24! You knock her shit out. Like, blood comes out of the ear.
And then you go start dragging her back.
You guys are terrible people.
I was just trying to get them to a point where we could interrogate them.
Well, guess who you got?
We get back in the room. I'm like, what the fuck was that? Why did you just drag him in here?
Rachel's just perched on top of the bookcase.
I was not prepared. I'm like,
Ronan said he wanted to interrogate them. I made it so that they wouldn't fight back and we could interrogate them.
The man was now lying on the ground with his hands on the turret. Take whatever the fuck you want.
Shut the fuck up. And I punch him when I went down.
As you do, the ducks start flurrying around him.
Good dog.
Get him, Overlord Ronan, get him.
This man is 90% sure he's having a fever dream.
This is the result of family mingling, dog. Alright. I tie old girl up at the hip, bro. And then I say, Scout, can I see your rope real quick?
I'm tying up the guy with the rope.
Okay, good.
Oh, how's
Alright.
she look? Is she okay?
Me? I'm fine.
Soccer kicked in the head.
Breathing. Is she breathing?
Make a medicine check.
Oh my god.
I'm fine.
Oh, I'm sure you're fine.
Oh, man.
Medicine check. Oh, good. 16.
She's not breathing, dog.
I will cure wounds her. I will cure wounds her.
She's not breathing.
Oh god.
Oh, she died on impact?
You fucking kicked her in the head with a boot.
Doesn't kill people. Most of the time.
She was restrained, and you have the fucking greaves on, and you soccer kicked her in the head.
What am I supposed to do? Now I look at the guy. How's he looking? Pretty fucking frightened.
Pretty fucking frightened.
Ruh-roh.
I'm gonna put a gag in his mouth.
He just whimpers.
Well, no witnesses.
No witnesses. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
We're gonna get to the point where people are gonna start sending witchers towards us.
You guys didn't want to wait. We could have waited.
You're trying to kill.
Oh, Lord.
So I look at the dude and I look at the rest of the party. Okay, this went left fast, but I feel like we back now. All right, get this back. Let's ask him some questions. I look at him, and if he doesn't answer, we'll just kill him outright. If he does answer, possibility we will let you go. How's that sound, buddy? That sound good? If I remove that gag and you scream, I swear to God, you'll join her. Oh, do we have an understanding? Nod your head if you understand.
Kelly's just gonna crack her knuckles while standing behind Ronan.
All right, I'm gonna remove this gag. As a matter of fact, Ghost, could you put that dagger to his throat for me? I just need some reassurance here.
You using names?
You're right. He's not coming
He's
out.
not coming out of here. He may not come out of this room.
It's over. Once she died, it's a problem
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
We have to finish this. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I'll put the blade to his throat.
Isn't this the place where you guys got charged for killing someone the last time you were here?
No.
Okay.
That's downtown.
It's the next kingdom over.
Yep.
All right.
This time it's real.
So, buddy, I'm gonna remove this gag. And you're gonna tell me everything I want to fucking know, okay? I'll remove the gag.
The gold is in the chest in my bedroom.
Actually, we will want that.
We don't want. Actually, we do.
We'll get that.
We want that. That's not why we're here.
Where are the Paxtons?
You're the Paxtons.
Yeah, that's good. No, where's your mom and dad? Where are the leaders?
Dead. Actually, you know what? I don't feel bad about killing these people.
Wait. They're dead?
They've been dead for over 100 years.
So, who gave you the authority to come in here?
Her grace.
What did she promise you?
She said the Brahmins were dead and that we've been promoted to take care of the Wild Woods.
I look
A
over.
little bit. We were their bannermen and now they're dead. That's how that usually works.
I look over at Ghost and behind.
So, you're telling me that your liege lords were killed under mysterious circumstances?
Not mysterious. They refused to bend the knee.
So your liege lords were murdered, and you sided with the
They're
queen.
murderer.
I sided with the crowd.
How old are you?
You're not a very good bannerman.
223.
Not for much longer.
But no, technically I'll still be 223. I'll just be dead.
Not a point.
I flick him in the forehead.
He's got a really good point. Let me ask you a question. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? What were you doing in that next room? Were you pure of trying to make your bloodlines pure?
Been 200 years with people.
Oh God, man! Come on! All right, listen. Where did you guys put all their items and everything? Their magic shit. We need to know where that is. They
Down
have
in the histories.
down in the histories. How many guards are down there?
None.
And how many guards are in this tower right now?
The guards were supposed to keep people like you from coming up.
They did a very good job.
Hey, listen, hear me out.
Oh yeah, if anybody asks, 10 out of 10 on the duck play.
If he doesn't get the fuck out of here.
That doesn't stop Scally from wanting a 10 out of 10 on
Okay.
her duck play.
Look, we gotta get a Yelp review before we kill this guy.
You'll forge a note in the handwriting.
This guy's so bad.
His last act of life was to give was a 10 out of 10 on my duck play company.
I thought you were talking about a suicide note. but
Crying
no.
passion. Little bedroom.
Got a little too
He
serious.
couldn't live with himself.
Okay, what about the fucking 3 other people that were in that same room?
They left. They liked each other more, and they went
left.
back for around. How many rounds did you guys have? You know what? It doesn't matter. I don't want to know.
Okay. So, there are no people, no guards in this tower. They're outside.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, just out of curiosity, what can your siblings do? Can they do magic? Are they swordsmen? Are they great fighters? We just need to know because...
Primarily politicians. They can fight a little.
Who put the alarm spell on the door?
Looks over at the dead woman.
Whoops.
Oh, mage is down. All right.
Who'd have thought her weakness was just a kick square to the brain.
Gave that bitch the Randy Orton point. All right, listen. Now we're in a pretty fucked up situation here, okay? I figure she may be a little bit tougher. I mean, the way you guys were handling shit in the next room, but totally wrong. See that over there? Are you interested in some of that? Are you interested in dying?
You might have wanted to phrase that better, says the dungeon master.
Oh God! Are you interested in dying, buddy? Do you want to die?
No.
All right. I'm feeling like maybe we could let you go, but now that I think about it a little more and I look at my companions and the shit we're in now, and I give the sister the is she dead kick just to do a double check right in front of her.
Seems pretty dead. You've seen a few dead bodies in your time.
She's totally dead. Like, I could do some magic to try to heal her, but it seems like it's pretty far gone at this point. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna put this gag back in your mouth. We're going to kill you, okay?
I don't think that...
All right. Is that necessary?
No.
No? What are you gonna do when you leave this room, buddy?
Probably cry.
And then what else? You're gonna tell your guards, huh?
I don't think I can.
Why not?
You killed her.
Well, that requires me to go all the way down the stairs.
Right.
And my legs don't seem to work right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, down's the easy side. Going up's the problem.
Yeah. I give Ghost the look. And then I turn around and start searching the sister.
You couldn't wait for him to die to start searching his sister?
Ghost, what are you doing?
That's the love of his life, man.
Yo, that's it.
No. That was 25% of the love of his life.
He still has
He says 4 other siblings. He'll be fine.
Not for long.
I said 4. I meant 3. You were right.
God damn it. We'll make this one cleaner. I'll just reach in my bag and I'll pull out just a small vial of poison. Crap bites mouth.
How is this cleaner? How is this cleaner? You're literally using more money, and then he's not dying instantly. He's being poisoned to death.
Okay, he'll die.
Yeah, the other one died instantly.
Makes more sense. With the picture we're going to paint.
Okay, they already know we're here. We walk straight through the front door with guards, leading a duck troop.
I didn't.
Don't worry, nobody knows I was here.
So we don't leave with the staff.
Oh, then the lady with the ducks.
Comes in but never leaves.
Yeah, she just disappears. Yes. It's kind of memorable.
Look, it's either that or we have to kill the guards too.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, then that works fine.
I thought you were saying for us to not kill this guy. Like,
Everybody's dead.
Yeah, and I don't want to be dead either, so...
I'm not considering that.
I'm starting to understand why you left the guard a lot better now, my man. I don't think you're saying
It's a yes or a no. There's no in between. That's how it is with death. It's either on or off.
All right.
this is what no one's been saying.
How's he doing?
He's dead.
He's passed.
He's fucking
Alright,
dead.
he's
This
passed.
dude. He's already
I dragged the sister back
To
over
the bedroom.
the bedroom.
Yep. You know how this is gonna go.
Are we Romeo and Julieting them?
Yes.
Okay.
And we make it look like she.
Like, he got a little too aggressive.
As a matter of fact, hold on. Before I take her, I take his hands and like put my hands behind his, and then
Do the-
Yep.
Give the
Yeah, I hate when I'm strangling somebody and their skull caves in.
Yeah. and then.
I mean, he did cure wounds. Would that stitch that back together?
Yeah, I tried to cure wounds her before I knew she was dead.
Oh, okay, yeah, then the skull would knit back together. Physically, she's actually almost alive.
But she just has brain damage.
No, she's still dead. She's just a dead body.
It's
just
technically a perfect
She's at like negative 10 instead of negative 30.
Just to get the
Show the bruising.
Show the bruising. You know.
We watch too much true crime, guys.
And then,
we really do.
And then I look up at him. So, what are you thinking about for dinner today? I was thinking probably maybe catch a wild boar.
I was thinking duck.
You see Quack Rogers turn away from you in shame.
All right, that's good.
I think that'll do. Yeah.
Is there anything else going on in this room that looks like the gold key might go to?
Yeah, there's a giant chest at the foot of the bed.
Yep, that's. Yeah.
Okay.
Quack Roger's gonna show up with his outfit, put his leg on the chair. So you've murdered a whole family.
He's gonna turn the chair on and sit in it.
Yeah.
And then I will lay her back in the bed.
So you murdered some incestuous siblings.
Now you need to stage a suicide.
Murder suicide.
I lay her back in the bed. Clothes kind of like tattered and torn a little bit. Actually, no. They probably would have been cool with it. And then I'll put him in like a chair.
Oh, it's already in his hand.
Okay, we're good then.
I've already put it in his hand.
We're good. All right. Clean.
Yeah. Clean.
Yeah, you know, as long as no one has to speak with that spell, you're fine.
We killed the mage.
I mean, is anybody really going to question this?
Yes. Yes, they are.
2 nobles.
The way royal courts work, though, if they find 2 nobles who are siblings sleeping together, they are going to be more obsessed with this scandal of 2 siblings sleeping together than the fact that they both died under maybe questionable circumstances.
If I cast funeral rite, would that stop speak with dead?
I don't think they'll need it after 7 days.
You've also already used your thing for today, though.
Yeah.
We can stay here overnight.
Staged her like they went back and had a round 2.
Yep.
Aggressive. Okay. I mean, they staged him. That had to be awkward undressing 2 dead people.
Is there any blood outside in the main room?
But we're gonna clean that up.
Okay.
We're gonna make sure to clean that up.
This is literally the fucking Family Guy scene.
It is.
Mopping up the blood. Where's Johnny? Where's Johnny? The one who's getting the bat.
Oh, what is Talon gonna say?
Holy shit, we're in the wrong tree.
I've never been luckier. I didn't go with you guys.
Yeah, Talon is having the best day out of the group right now.
And it's not even a good day.
No, it's
No, it's
not.
a very bad day.
I'm fine.
Okay,
I got
anyway,
12
so
ducks.
The chest. Does it look trapped or anything before I pop this key in it?
No.
Right, cool. Popping the key in. Pop the key chest open. Yeah, I bet you didn't know how this was gonna go this way, did you?
No, I didn't. You find a number of golden trinkets, jewelry, in a small heap of coins.
Okay. No.
I mean,
Is there anything magic in there?
now it looks like a robbery if we take anything.
It's giving off a magic
Robbery.
license.
Okay, yeah, we should just close it.
Close it. Go.
I'll actually go put the key back.
There we go. Okay, let's go put the key back.
What about all the other stuff we took?
Fuck that. We gotta have
Books? Nobody's gonna notice the books.
Yeah, just this strangely empty locked drawer.
It's locked. Oh wow. I will relock it. I will relock that fucking drawer.
Okay.
There's just nothing in it. Well, I'll take a book off the shelf and put it in there.
I'm starting to realize Lan really wasn't that bad.
You killed children.
That kid was a dick.
They were bullies. Those kids deserve to die.
It's really like.
Look, these 2 were already going to hell.
Land in your head.
They were already going to one of the circles of hell. I mean, it doesn't
Just
matter.
in your head here.
And I'm a better person than I thought I was.
Yeah, which circle's lust?
6.
6.
6. It's either 5 or 6.
Hey, Google.
Okay.
Don't bring Google into this because there's too many things in this conversation. We are all on infinitely more watch lists. Like we're all already on a lot of watch lists, but this just adds us to more.
This is what they're gonna play at my trial.
This is how we get put as a terrorist organization.
Present the Natural One, episode 61.
I love the government.
It's too bad this wasn't episode 69.
Oh no.
Okay. Down the stairs then?
No, we have to go finish going down the hallway, don't we?
I'm gonna finish searching this room.
Down the stairs is out of
Make sure there's
place.
nothing else we missed.
There's inside stairs.
You,
Imagine this is
you
just
find
sex
there's a large wardrobe with several different noble clothes in it, and doing a quick search of it, you do find it has a false backing. Son of a bitch. A lot of whips and chains.
Oh,
Oh, they were sick. Just sick. Close it.
Oh shit! I dropped my other poison.
I pulled just like a cleaning rag out, wiping things down, just for.
Wiping off your prints.
you're damn right.
I don't think they have fingerprint technology.
I mean, my arcane thieves tools do.
What?
My arcane thieves tools can.
Oh, that's nifty.
I built them.
All right, so
I built
we.
them for him, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So is Talon gonna be mad at us when we tell him what happened?
Probably.
I said we never tell Talon.
No. I'm the Ronin is talent. You
Okay.
won't be in this shit.
We said no lies.
Okay.
You hear in the background, this went to shit. So
Yeah, even my venom is just
I cannot believe you.
wow.
Your venom's like, what the fuck? It's just like peeling off of me. Okay, we're gonna get me out.
Response to new host.
Well, that was one way.
There's the phone charger on the laptop back.
Goes
No, thank you.
fine, I'll do it myself.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
My hands are gross right now.
It's like the Dragon Ball Z episode where Super Buu goes inside Vegito. Yeah. And he just punches the shit out of himself when he finds a little tumor.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so
I mean, to be fair, they were really gross people, and they were in league with the Queen, so I don't feel as bad.
you're not wrong, but they also did what was completely expected of noble families at this point in time.
I don't.
Whenever you plug that in for me, please. Thank you. Yeah, I just made your life a little
That's
harder.
fine, but you know, fuck her grace and everyone who aligns with her.
Apparently. Literally in some cases.
And you know, it could have gone a whole different way if somebody did Charlotte Brown her in the head. You set her up.
Could have gone a whole different way if someone didn't fucking door the dude in the face.
I didn't think he was gonna divine smite him in the face.
He wears metal boots.
You're sitting there propping up her head. I know it's 60
Have you ever
yards, man, but
been
we
kicked
can
with
make
steel
it.
toes?
Yes.
That fucking hurts.
Yeah.
Imagine that to your skull without the fucking
pointy
weight on
fucking
top.
boots.
Yeah, I imagine.
Because he's in full plate, isn't he?
I think half plate.
Half plate, so he'd still have the metal greaves.
Yeah. And those toes are pointed because they're meant to be ridden on horses.
Whoopsie daisy.
You know, when I called him, I wasn't calling him to. You hit him on your head. That was a joke. Okay.
It didn't feel like a joke.
Actually, well, it happened, so it was a joke.
It didn't happen like a joke.
Like I had to get out of the way. He would kick me in the head.
I'm telling the truth. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a nicer way to tell him, but I'm not gonna hide it from him.
All right. What do you guys want to do now?
I'm gonna have to put this in my notes.
Find the histories.
Yep.
That was cool.
And we need to get the fuck out of here.
As you head down the stairs, they curl slowly into a large orbital chamber with two tall golden gates at the front, beyond which you can see several glass cases containing different objects.
Do any of them look like an amulet?
Make a perception check.
What was their family's last name?
17.
The ones you just killed, or the ones that were here
Yeah.
before? The Paxtons.
Paxtons.
17.
3 of whom are still alive.
Well, I'm sure they're fine.
Yeah. Simple question is
I
all.
hope those two weren't the favorites.
They were the ones sitting on the throne. Anyway, I apologize. What's
17.
17? You see a few that look like they might be. You had a water wheeler.
Yeah. It doesn't engage my brain as much.
That's true.
Do any of them look like they could be the amulet of
Maybe.
planes? How many amulets are there?
You're not sure. Hard to see through the gate.
Oh, there's a gap. That was glass.
No, everything behind the gate is behind glass, but there's a gate immediately in front of you.
Where's Johnny? Who's Johnny? The one the bat is for.
I look for traps.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
I'll help him.
Are we in the bedroom still?
No, you guys are down in the spiral staircase beneath the tree.
Okay.
Natural 20.
The door does not appear to be trapped. However, there is a magical type of seal on it, upon which you guys would recognize the emblem for the Brawlin family.
Can I place a couple of my ducks about halfway down the staircase in case someone starts coming down the stairs? They can.
Sure.
He's laying on the stairs.
They're acting like the rubber chickens.
On the seal, does it look like it has any sort of input mechanism that we need to put in?
You would recognize. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Rubber chickens don't have bones, though.
Might squeak a little bit different.
23.
There's no input place. There is a central sensor, if you will, that you would recognize is usually built in to detect blood.
Oh.
It's not an entirely uncommon guard on certain crypts of very rich families. Meant to keep grave robbers and things like that out.
And it's the... Is it Brodigan?
The Brawlin family.
Brawin? The Brawin family crest on here?
Yes.
Went south real quick.
And their bodies are not here.
Their bodies are
They're
not
on
here.
their way to the Lost Isles, if not already there.
Yes.
Maybe the worst thing we've ever done.
It's up there.
We've done some horrible things, but this
is pretty bad.
We've never.
I mean, pretty much the only thing that would top this is if you had actually killed the king.
Yeah. Yeah.
I tell them that we're gonna need the blood of the Rowan family to get in here.
Do any of us have that on tap?
No.
I mean, you could try an alternative way of breaking the gate down somehow.
What's the gate made of?
You actually don't recognize it. Some type of metal.
But it's metal, not wood.
It is metal.
I do not think I will be of use in that.
You can certainly try.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. That sounds ow.
I don't suppose they rigged it for the Paxton family. No.
I am really tempted. Excuse me. Excuse me. Is somebody trying to break into your gate?
Would your
And it just
lock
throw
picking
them
thing
in.
work on it?
Is there a key? Is there like a keyhole?
No,
or anything?
it's just like a touch sensor, pretty much.
I have a feeling that if we tried
The person
using
that actually
any
knows
blood
a lot
other
of
than
Roman
the...
history is not part of this group right now.
Look, he's having a mental breakdown, okay?
True.
He was gonna be no fucking help
Either he's
here.
having a mental breakdown or he's, going through a very
spirit quest.
spirit quest. Either way it goes, we gotta get this done, guys.
Does it look like this gate has been opened recently? Ever?
This is
not
actually
recently.
what happens when talent isn't with us.
Is the gate like taking up the whole wall, or they're
Tone it
like...
down a lot
Okay.
when I'm
And it's
there.
just a solid piece, there's no like...
Over to the room. And then the stairs come down to the immediate first part of it, and blocking the rest of the room is the gate.
There's no like gaps in the gate anywhere, or
I mean, the gates are bars.
how wide are the bars?
Like even the urges.
About 6 inches.
It was replaced with.
How wide is a duck?
He lost again. Upgrade.
That's the best.
It's like when you get a new car, and then if somebody steals your car, they cash you a check for it.
Oh my god.
Look at me.
The duck can squeeze down. 6
This is
inches.
the middle. This is the group's moral compass.
Let's see. They're about 3 feet long.
Here with you. You're right in here with me.
So maybe about a foot wide.
Would one of my ducks be able to?
You can try. You might kill the duck.
Is that a sacrifice you're willing to make?
It's not gonna like. It's gonna like try and then stop itself. It's not gonna like try and like
I thought
rush
you were gonna
itself.
ask, could I try to squeeze one of my ducks through the dick?
Yeah, but like ask the duck to squeeze itself through.
You can ask the duck to try to squeeze itself through.
Okay, 'cause it's gonna stop if it hurts. I would like to ask.
It's gonna stop if it hurts.
I'm gonna pick the glowing duck.
Lord Paxton didn't do.
He's gonna be. He seems to be the smartest. Okay.
No, stop when it hurt.
Special duck. Ducktacular. His name is Bluebell? Yes. Okay, Bluebell. Bluebell Ducktacular the Third. Could you please go through this gate? If you can't fit, don't worry about it, but try to go through and see if there's a way for you to push or pull a lever or something to open the gate from the inside.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna go upstairs and start searching the bodies and for a vial of blood or something.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check. Bluebill salutes you, glows bright blue, and starts attempting to waddle his way through the gate.
Okay.
There's a lot of feathers flying everywhere. Bluebill, no!
That looks small.
The natural one, isn't it?
Oh no! Bluebill waddles, squeezes, gets about halfway, and then can't go any further, and can't go back.
Can I like try to reach my hand in to like squeeze Bluebell back?
Sure.
Okay.
Make an animal handling check.
Just the
Yo, I'm going to help him. I'm proficient in animal handling.
Sure.
You have advantage.
No. Here, push his wings in so he doesn't hurt himself.
Or just shove him through.
That advantage should not help. Animal handling. 9.
After some pushing and pulling, you get the duck out, and it flops.
Oh.
Lay on hands.
Don't die on me, Bluebill! You spend 2 points if you lay on hands, and Bluebell starts to glow again and is from
Cool.
How wide is the bars?
6 inches.
You had us in the first half, Bluebell.
I think I can make myself that liquid.
I will never let you die, Bluebill.
If it was a foot, I could probably get through it.
You can certainly try.
If it was a foot, Bluebell could have gotten through it.
Oh my god.
Okay. Do I see a lever anywhere?
Go ahead and make an investigation check with disadvantage.
Investigation.
It was a natural 20, so it can only get worse from here. No. Investigation, though?
16 on my
22.
investigation upstairs.
16, you find no vials of blood. 22. You do see what looks to be an emergency release lever on the far side of the gate.
I'm gonna come back downstairs.
How far away
Start
is the
coming
bar?
downstairs, the 2 ducks.
I give them a thumbs up and walk by.
Then flop back down on the stairs.
How far?
Like, basically it's around the side.
Oh, like if the gate's here, it's like over here?
Yes.
And he can see it?
He can kind of see it.
Not close enough I can reach in and...
Yeah, it's beyond your arm reach.
I'm gonna take a step forward from
Are
the
your
same
arms
angle
longer than my arms?
and
You're gonna,
telekinetically
You're taller though.
flip the
so-
switch.
you can do that.
Oh, he's just gonna flip the switch. He's just gonna magically with his mind flip the switch.
Yeah.
Why do we bother trying to do things?
At least I saw it. I guess I did my job,
So
maybe.
you focus your mind for a moment. You guys see a little shadow of a purple hand reach the lever, and the gate slowly.
Alright.
You can see more clearly now in the center of this room is a slowly rotating black orb.
And I flip the switch again, and we walk away.
No! Fuck it. What's the rotating orb doing? Just rotating.
Is it spinning very, very, very fast?
No, it's very slow.
Very slow.
Is there anything coming off of it?
Like electricity.
Wisps of
No
smoke?
electricity or wisps of smoke. There is a energy radiating from it.
Happy energy?
It's not negative.
I take a copper piece. Take it towards it. And hit it. Nothing.
Hit the ground.
Can I do like an Arcana check to figure out what this thing's for?
Sure.
I don't like the look of this.
13.
If you study orbs, you'll know what to do. What'd you get?
13.
You actually are relatively familiar with this energy. You kind of understand it, and it makes sense to you why you can use psionic energy, and Ghost cannot use his boots. This is an anti-magic sphere, which will actually cancel out normal magic within a radius of 50 feet. Your psionic energy doesn't really count in the same way.
Cool.
Which is why I was a little thrown, and why I was asking a lot of questions earlier.
Psionics. Whole new ballgame.
So that's the reason Ghost kept falling.
Yep.
Yeah, tell.
It's just an anti-magic. It's the
But I
reason you
kicked
fell off the
that
tree.
I did everything for us, Marty.
Was
It's all for us, Marty.
Yeah.
We need to leave. No, the fuck we don't.
Will that thing fit in a bag? No, we probably don't want to put that in an anti-magic item in a
Putting
bag
it
of
in a
holding.
bag of holding won't go well.
I think it would go great.
Okay, so...
How big is it?
About the size of a giant's fist.
That's not what I was
So, yeah,
expecting. You
it's
said a fist. I was like, okay, it's like fist size. Wait, giant's fist. That's bigger.
I was gonna say like the size of two fists put together, but giant's fist just was easier to say.
Goliath, you mean?
Yeah.
This must be the
Right,
anti-break
that's
in here
pretty quiet.
problem.
Yeah.
Because Goliath's only like 7 foot.
work.
No.
They're strong for you.
No, they did not.
That's true.
Okay.
So, if that's an, it's probably stopping all the magic on the items too.
Probably. I would imagine.
Are any of the items marked?
Each of the items is plaque beneath it.
Other what?
Each of the items is plaque beneath it.
Okay. Alright guys,
What are we looking at? What are we
I
seeing?
don't know what you
here?
want to look at.
We're gonna read them.
I'm looking for the amulet of planar shift or whatever it is, plane traveling.
You manage to fairly quickly locate a few different necklaces, and as you search beneath them, eventually you find one that is marked. I have to pull it up.
Notice I have to pull it up, man. It's marked, I have to pull it up.
It's much better than I have to pull it out.
That's what they just had to listen to.
No, there's no pulling out.
Shut up!
It is marked as the Amulet of Lucia.
Poor Talon's just back in. Just
In his mind, he's like,
trauma.
he's probably
He's like, they're probably doing a great job. I'm really happy with this group.
I'm so glad my friends don't kill people all the time.
botched a B&E job and he killed witnesses.
So glad my friends don't betray me like my.
They're so tolerative of me. I'm so glad to have them.
Shit. I know they came and watched over me and made sure I was okay.
You know, I'm upset I couldn't go with them, but I'm sure they're doing the best job they can right now. Make them drink the fucking poison!
They get back, hey man, I know you're on a spiritual quest and all, but we're gonna go to jail.
Hey, so while you were out, may have done a murder.
Double homicide, look dressed up for suicide. Okay, so I mean, there's gonna be some questions.
But in all fairness, they were kind of gross.
Yes, Talon, we know. The best of someone better.
Are there any other interesting items in here that
There are a great number. There are a number of
stick out?
tomes and swords and things of the like.
What do you think about incest, Talon? Oh, actually, hey, me too, man. So this is what happened.
Funny you say that.
you see what happened was?
They gave us no choice.
Now you're gonna have to come visit us behind bulletproof glass.
They opened that door. They had exactly this coming.
You knocked on the door and made a duck quack.
They opened it.
If you want to speak to the inmate, press 9.
If you press 9, whatever they say at that point's on you.
Literally, there was no other way we could have done this.
Sandy, no, what you could have gone about this?
The saying goes, curiosity killed the Browns.
Curiosity killed the Paxtons.
Oh yeah.
And that's the title for the episode.
Killed the Paxtons.
Whoops. I'll just take that unless there's like a warhammer or anything.
There's a few different weapons. There is not a warhammer. There are a few different swords.
Let me look at the swords. What we got?
Short.
Combination.
Can I just look at the names of all of them?
Yeah, I'm gonna look for it.
The one that immediately draws all your guys' attention is a blade that is perpetually dripping blood.
Oh, that looks cool.
Oh, that's right up our alley.
Yeah, no, that's
I
not
mean, look what we just did.
I really don't want to, unless he does something cool like, move by.
It fits with the theme of the day.
It is marked as Kala's Vengeance.
Do I recognize that name?
Make a history check. Again, the party member that isn't here knows exactly what that name is.
That doesn't sound like
26.
It's good. Doesn't sound
26.
pleasant.
You really aren't super familiar with the history of the Bronwyn's? You do seem to remember something called Kala's coup that took place before the current leaders. Something the family's basically in the shithole for at the moment. Well, not anymore.
Just dripping blood.
Is dripping into a bucket, or does the blood like evaporate and go back into the sword and continuously drip?
Like the blood cycle?
Like how does that work?
Basically, the blood is dripping, and as soon as it hits the base of the case, it steams.
Okay.
It's kind of like the water cycle.
So we take
Little bit.
all of this stuff and sell it on the black market. What do you say?
Oh, what are some of the other swords?
There is also a greatsword that's located.
After me.
Okay.
No, I still want to hear it.
Yeah.
It has golden runes traveling down the side of it.
What's that name?
It is marked as Harold's Hand and a Half.
Yes. Great sword.
I mean, we're already going to get caught
it's a
for
nice
this. There's
sword,
nothing we can do. We might as well get as much out of this
We're already
situation.
gonna get caught. Nothing we can do. Might as well steal everything.
I'll take the sword. I'm gonna put it in my bag of holding for now.
How do you
want to what?
want to get out of the glass first off?
Oh.
Is there like an opening on the glass, or
No. It's an enclosed.
Like a trophy case type of thing?
Kind.